please, is there any way we can bring Ima back so we can have those who are for who are against what Datti said? If you're able to, Ola.
I've brought Ima back.
Okay, thank you very much. So there's something that
it's telling me that there's an error.
All right, so it's not from us then; it probably be from him. So if you're able to, if you see him and give him the.
He's now up. It's from my end. Oh no, it keeps on coming back. Please try again. There's an error.
Okay, Ola, you're being unprofessional. Sorry, somebody's mic is on. Let me address something, please. Let's move on. Ola, you're being unprofessional. We're on a serious space, and you're eating. That's not really what we're here for.
I wasn't eating. I'm sorry.
You were eating.
I was not eating.
You were eating.
Why would I lie?
Okay. Because you're an Arsenal person, you always believe you're going to win the Premier League.
Mindset. I really,
no, it's okay.
I take offense.
No, sorry.
On that.
Oh, sorry. Was it? I tried to make it lighten up the space a little bit, but if you take offense to that, I do apologize, sir. Now, let me react to what Mr. White said, and I think Mr. White echoes some of the things that Gege said earlier on, right? And Gege said something akin to, let them come up and tell us exactly what they are planning. If they really want us to, if they really want Obi to be the vice president, they should come up to say it. So you can see that I'm not sure if Gege would agree with me. It would appear that some individuals are happy that they're not happy. They don't really mind if there's a coalition, but then they want a situation whereby it has to be very open. Tell us what we are here for. Tell us what you want us to do, right? And if they're able to do that, I think hopefully these guys would be able to agree with them. On that note, I will pass the mic to Raywan. Honorable Raywan, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mindset, and thank you, everybody. Whitebird, I listened so well. When you see people from APC advising those of us in the coalition, then you know there is problem. And I love your concern. But the main issue here is I've listened to everybody. And I listened so well to Ima and Gege. And I think what we're missing is people are not paying attention to what Ima actually said. And I think this is very fundamental. I believe we need to be flexible and, analyze things properly so that we don't play into the hands of APC again and Tinubu. These gentlemen, they've been in this, process of meeting, discussing, and all those things for more than 15 months. Amechi said 18 months. Bolaji Abdullah also said 18 months. I believe these people have wealth of experience. They are knowledgeable enough to understand terms and conditions and what they want. And here is my fundamental issue. At every given time we talked about let's keep going. People always come with this pushback that is going to be a dollaring issue. Peter Obi is not a broke person. And I believe majority of his supporters in diaspora can also donate dollars, give it to him for him to fight. And one thing we're missing here is politics is beyond just talking and talking. Some of us are going back to our, locality, our community, to go and register and find a way to be part of the delegate so that we can be able to speak and make a choice. And I advise every obedient to do the same. Go back to your vote. Don't just wait for the general election to vote. Start the processing of being part of the whole, coalition talks and everything right now. Go back and register as a member of the party we are adopting. Fight within your locality and become the delegate. So that when it is time for primaries, you will come to Eagle Square wherever you want to have it. Then you'll be part of those people that will cast votes. This is not PDP, this is not APC. We don't have already made delegates. Delegates are going to come on board any moment from now. Be part of the process. So if you are not willing to be part of the process, you only want to vote on the election day, and yet you don't want people that are working so fine within their locality to make choices. I can bet it with you. Nobody is going to dash anybody the ticket if you don't trust the coalition, because I believe these gentlemen trust. They've made analysis. And Anima said something. If you keep calling people names now, Peter Obi cannot win alone. No. And I'll go back to his tweets and read it, where he said something key, which I don't think people are even paying attention to it. He said, just yesterday, he said, our commitment is to sacrifice and work together towards 2027 general elections, ensuring that Nigeria gets a competent, capable, and compassionate leadership that will prioritize the nation's future by putting the welfare of Nigerians first. He now said the decision was not made lightly. It comes from deep reflection on where we are as a country and what must be done to move forward. No one group can change Nigeria alone. Not Articles camp, not Obedient camp, not El Rufai's camp. Everybody must work together to dismantle the structure that keeps our people in poverty and insecurity. We must build bridges, not walls, even when those bridges are uneasy. Then why are we now making this an issue? This gentleman keeps telling people, don't give people condition. What if this coalition is all about Peter Obi? What if the coalition at the end of the day is to make Peter Obi the candidate? Then you have people like Atiku, who has always been a friend to Peter Obi over the years, supporting him, gathering everybody to support him. What if this is going to be the plan at the end of the day? Atiku said some months ago that he's likely not going to contest. Then everybody keeps saying he's going to be dollar rate primaries. It's going to be this, going to be that. I think at this point in time, these people, they've made decisions. They are now together. I trust the person I like. You should trust your own person. And Gege said something. If you are going in a taxi with somebody and you don't trust the person, why must you even go in a taxi with somebody you don't trust? What if the person push you out, on the road? Why not settle your score before you enter the taxi together? And I believe these gentlemen, they've analyzed all these problems. Peter Obi, at every given opportunity or occasion, said he has always been present in the meetings. During the coalition official announcement, Datti Baba Ahmed was on the front row, which is why some of us we keep having issues with everything he said yesterday. You've been part of the process since several months. Even if you have issues, if you have questions, why not call a meeting and address this issue, because you want to address the coalition member. Why now addressing the Nigerian people? Now you want us to play into the hands of APC so that they can be claiming we're having issues. That the coalition that is not up to 48 hours, people are already coming out to have issues. We're already solving the problem of Dumebi. Now you as a strong member of the coalition, part of those people that sat on the front row, came out and start calling people names. Then if you don't trust this, don't be part of it. I don't even understand why people would want to work with those they don't trust. If you don't trust El Rufai, you don't trust David Ma, then don't work with them. Don't be on the same seat with them. You can't enter the river and start shouting the water is too cold. I still want us to take things easy. Let's allow all these our leaders to do what is necessary. My only advice is go back to your locality, to your community, register as a member of the party we are adopting, and be part of the process. Don't just wait until the election day so that your candidate can have the upper hand during the primary. I yield the mic, mindset. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Riwan, for your wonderful submission. So I do not want it to appear that I am against the coalition, right? I think I spoke about the coalition. I believe there was a need for it. I think I started in 2023, October 2023. I started saying there's a need for coalition. I'm not against it, but what I'm saying is, what my view is, what that is said yesterday, I do not see anything wrong in it. And you mentioned that he should have stopped calling people. He shouldn't have called people names and everything. What is the name calling them? Most of the things that he said are the things that you can verify and go and look for it. Okay, he's trying to. This is politics. He's playing politics in as much as he wants us to believe that he's not a politician. He wants Nigerians, he wants the obedient, he wants those on the other side to say, I have a better candidate who I believe should get this ticket. These are the reasons why you people should support him. Yourself and those who are on Article side, you can go on the national TV as well and say your candidate. What he did yesterday, my own view, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. Personally, for me, he did right anyway. But thank you very much, Honorable Riwan. I know you would like to react to that, but let's quickly pass the mic to those who have not contributed.
I think I was next after Whitebeard and Honorable Real One. Tunde called me.
All right, you have the mic. Please, let's not go into history. Let's just go straight to the topic, please. Thank you very much. And no peace to anybody, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, my brother. This one, we're going to speak broken English. We're not going to be professional.
No. I have those who are not Nigerians who are on this platform. Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Because you said no history. Okay. So let's go back to the English. Thank you very much, distinguished. I want to piggyback on what Gege said. Godfather is articulated. Honorable Real One is articulated. Adamu is articulated. These are my articulated. We grew up together in the trenches of articulated camp. And when you're talking about article camp, I don't think there's anybody on this. Even Imai is not more articulated than I am. People that know my antecedent. And Gege is right. I mean, if I was to go to this coalition, it will benefit me far more than even Imai himself. But because I am a man of principle, I am a man of integrity, and I am a man of the Talakawas, I stand for the masses, not my own personal interest. And this is why I support Datti. And I'll tell you why I support Datti. Because what Gege said, any company, everybody is a businessman or work in an organization, even though public, private, or owner, you always sign an MOU. You always sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. You cannot go and meet a company and say, come on, I want to lease a vessel. And there's no agreement, just give me the vessel. When I deliver my AGO or PMS or Jet A14, that is when I'll tell you how much I'll pay you. This is what articulated people do, emotional psychology. And let me tell you the truth today. What articulated people don't want to tell you. Obedience, listen very well and pay attention. This movement started 18 months ago in London. The coalition members, and I'll be naming them so that they'll be hearing very well. The first person that started this coalition said was former Police Affairs Minister Waziri Mena, David Mark, Tambua. They have been doing secret meeting even till today. Even Kachuku, Obedient, pay attention very well. Do maybe Kachuku that is saying ADC camp will scatter, it will not scatter, is a lie. It is part of to confuse Obedience and to confuse APC member. Ima, I want you to bring Ima. Ima, tell me, do maybe Kachuku has not been to Oga's house in the last, let me even say 1 week, let me not say 72 hours. You know, but you're not telling Obedience the truth. We know. We might be in the APC camp. We know what is this coalition. We know what is going on. Like I said, we are articulated. If I was a greedy person, I would support Atiku. I will, with my full chest, because it will benefit me personally. But I'm not all about personal interest. So Obedience, be paying attention to people grabbing. I know these people reach home, but what is the point of doing a coalition of being disingenuous? These are people that are being disingenuous. Everybody knows where Oga David Mark stands. Everybody knows where Oga Chief Tommy Kimi. Those are the people that did coalition in APC. We were part of the coalition in APC. We forwarded Oga AA, Oga AA in 2014. Ima, if I'm lying, the meeting was done in Eco Signature Hotel, 2013-2014, even prior to the primaries. And you know, Ima, that statutory delegates exist in all political structure under INEC Electoral Reform Act of 2022. So past governors, past reps, past senators, past this and that, they will be part of these statutory delegates, which you know, Oga have majority of these people. How many governors, like Mind Chief said and Gege said, how many governors or senators or reps does Peter Obi have? By the time they do this ad hoc delegates from local government. They are saying, don't mind Honorable Rewan. Let me break it down to obedience. We are hardcore politicians. We don't do politics for our papa when we did primary school. Ad hoc is 3 per ward. Then those 3 per ward will move to the states. Then from the state, they will now pick 1 from each local government. That's 774 local government. Obi cannot get 774 local government. Even if, let's even say he gets the 774 local, all the local governments, his delegates come. Statutory delegates are usually more than this 774 because past governors, past senator, past president, vice presidential candidate, blah, blah, blah. They are what White Bear said. You people should listen very, very carefully. Don't let them come and sell banana to you. I know these people. They are my people. So we should be paying attention. They cannot deny. If today now we say, okay, all of us, Friday, let's meet at Central Mosque or let's meet at ASO office in Adeokumbaduma. I will meet you people there. You people know me. Playing opposition politics doesn't mean I don't have family members in the coalition. I am supporting even a coalition member. Our hosting space. By next week, me and Dr. Mo running for AMAC under ADC. AMAC local government in Abuja. He's my brother. He's coalition, but that doesn't mean because it is interest. And he has reached out to me that we will do it. My own politics is not politics of life.
Incoming governor, please, I'm going to interject as I've always done whenever you're speaking, and you probably might not be comfortable with it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Can you mute your mic, please? Whatever you're going to do with other spaces, I've always said it on this platform. I'm not interested in what's going on in other platforms. Okay? And if you stick to the topic and tell Nigerians or obedience why you think that it was right and everything, but you've always find a way to, leave the topic and go around the circle. And that's, it's not really helpful to us who have come to listen to you. All right? On one hand, you're articulated. On the other hand, you're Baptist. On the other hand, you are, every meeting, I've never seen, for every time you're on the platform, you attended every meeting. And I'm not sure which part are you. Are you for Atiku? Are you for Balatinibu? Are you for obedience? Where do you belong, Governor?
Right. That's a very good question. And I hope you can give me just 30 seconds. So you'll be like,
it's going to be 30 seconds. And if it's more than 30, I'm going to take the mic from you. Go ahead, sir.
All right. I am a Buharist. I am for everybody. And I am for nobody but the Talakawas and for the truth. Just like Buhari would say. And that is my stand. I am from a better Nigeria. If Mindshift goes to PDP and it will bring a change, I will support Mindshift for senator. If Ima goes to APC for governor and it will bring, I will support it. That is why I don't play my politics of one party. Because tomorrow we can align. You can see El Rufai and Peter Obi, they are holding hands. Tomorrow, there's no permanent face, just permanent interest. So yes, everybody, I am for everybody and I am for nobody. And yes, mind shift. Let me tell you what Datti said. Datti spoke the truth. Datti stands on the truth. Datti has morality and ethics. The likes of my brothers here, my PDP brothers, my articulated brother, there's no ethics. They'll tell you there's no morality in politics. They are playing a Donald Trump kind of politics, who was a Democrat and switched to Republican. They want to trap obedience. I know them. I will still see them. The ones in Abuja, I will still see them this weekend. We will chill together, but they fail to tell the truth on the public.
I'm going to interject again. You've exceeded your 30 seconds, but thank you very much. I'm not Mindshift, I'm Mindset anyway. But Mr. Governor, incoming.
Okay, apologies, sir.
No problem, sir. Thank you. You're not the first to make that mistake, but that's you're a very interesting character, and I always like to bring you up on a spaces. A lot of individuals will say, don't bring him up and everything. But I've always liked to give it the opportunity because it is a Nigerian space and everybody's welcome to air their view. But let's stick to the topic and let's be very mindful of time. As I pass the mic to Adamu. Adamu, please go ahead, sir. Then I will come back to those who have contributed. Thank you. Good morning.
Okay. Thank you very much. So Mindset, I listened to you before I came up. You said that Baba Ahmed was selling his candidate and everybody should come and sell their candidate. And I highly disagree with you. I disagree with you 100%. Amechi spoke yesterday. Amechi sold himself, even said it was going to be a southern candidate. But we are not dragging Amechi because that is how to sell yourself. Right? He did not drag any member of the coalition. He dragged the opposition. He dragged Wike, who we know is with the president. He dragged the current administration. He said what he had done for Rivers State when he was governor. right? He said what he did when he was minister, and he said he will do one tenure and hand over to the North. That is how to sell yourself. He did not drag our party chairman. He did not drag, our coalition members, people that have worked day and night, sleepless nights, people that have been threatened by the federal government, either by EAC or anything, but they did not relent. They still went ahead to put up this coalition, right? He did not drag any of them because he knows what to do. So if Datti Baba Ahmed wanted to sell himself or sell his candidate, he would have sold it. Instead, he sold Tinubu to us by telling us how Tinubu was a patient man for 16 years, how Tinubu supported Atiku, how Tinubu waited and supported Buhari before he became president. Datti Baba Ahmed is not serious. He sold Tinubu to me in that interview, not himself and Obi. He did not really tell us anything about Obi and what Obi wants to do in 2027 or what Obi is going to give Nigerians. He sold Tinubu by telling us that Tinubu will even do a good job if he removes Kashim Shettima. Is that how you came here to sell yourself and your candidate? What is your business with Tinubu and Kashim Shettima? Telling us that Tinubu will try and is very good if he removes Kashim Shettima. You understand? Now talking about the El-Rufai he talked about yesterday, and he said El-Rufai was with APC. For those who don't know Datti Baba Ahmed, he can gaslight them, but all that we know him. Is he not from the same CPC block of Buhari? Even there before El-Rufai? Somebody that claimed he was not a politician but contested House of Reps under AMPP with Buhari, the party, the first party with the Kong, rode on the Buhari wave to go to the House of Reps in 2003, right? To 2007. Then he followed Buhari to CPC, contested for Senate and rigged the election as declared by the court against Senator Ibrahim McCarthy, and was a senator for about 6 months under Buhari's CPC. Then when the court removed, he was still there, right? He was still there and followed them in the formation of APC. He wanted to be the gubernatorial candidate then, but the party favored El-Rufai, so he didn't contest for anything. And later on, he decamped to PDP, where he contested to be the presidential candidate, and he lost to Atiku in 2019. He should prove to us the dollar that Atiku shared in 2019. Is that not the same 2019 election that produced Peter Obi as vice president? You want to come and drag Atiku and say he shared dollars? Where did he get the money to build Base University? I challenge him to tell us where he got the money from to build a university like Base University in Abuja. And was Base University, their law department, not banned by the National University Commission, their law department, because it was claimed that a lot of politicians are going there to get, see, if we want to go by this dragging individuals, we can do it. This politics, we own it. Nobody will teach us this job. If we want to go one by one and degrading candidates, we will sleep here. See, Datti Baba Ahmed cannot come and gaslight us. And let me make this clear. See, this coalition was formed. I, Adamu, a member of ADC, after getting my member, because Datti Baba Ahmed is not a member of our political party. I don't care about your 10 million votes, your 20 million votes, go back to Abure. Go and give them the 20 million. Is it not the same with your 10 million votes? You could not fix Labour Party. Abure is even releasing a statement that they give you 48 hours. 48 hours. And you are coming. Even NMPP that Kwankwaso built, they are still telling Kwankwaso that he can go. All the opposition that fragment, I don't care. If you like 100 million votes, our party, you will not insult our party chairman. He came, he said something bad about our party chairman, right? David Mark, Senator David Mark. These people have been putting their blood and sweat to create this party. We will not accept this thing in our party. Our party cannot be destroyed like the way they destroyed Labour Party. Our party cannot be destroyed like the way they destroyed PDP. Anybody coming with baggages into our party should go back to their party. It's not about votes for presidential election. This party is beyond presidential election. We have young youth like me that want to run for LGA chairman, that want to run for House of Assembly, that want to run for House of Reps. It is not about Obi alone. You cannot come and destroy our party. A party that was formed with our blood and sweat. A party that I am now a card-carrying member of. I will not accept it. Shebi, they say the youth will take over. We are here to take over. When this party was formed, I immediately went to Nasarawa State. I searched for the office. I couldn't get it on Google. Me and some youth in Nasarawa, they gave me the number of the chairman. So, actually, the chairman of ADC in Nasarawa chapter was also the gubernatorial candidate of the party in the last election, and he stepped down for the APC candidate, who is the governor. So they gave me his phone number, but I didn't call him because I heard that he has stepped down for the
governor of APC. So we are still investigating to find out, because since Nwosu has said that they have all stepped down, we are trying to build our own Nasarawa ADC chapter, right? In our meeting yesterday, there were even some people that wanted Obi to be the candidate, some people wanted Atiku, Amechi. We all come together in open mind. But I'm telling you today, I have cancelled that meeting now. No more open mind. If this coalition does not produce either Amechi or Atiku, I will work against Obi. Me, Adamu, if Datti Baba Ahmed can be blunt, me too, I can be blunt. I will work against an Obi ticket. The worst that can happen is I am not going to come here like Honorable Real One and Imam be diplomatic. We were diplomatic in 2000 for us. See, I can tell you for free, even if you bring God to come and supervise these primaries from heaven with angels, if Obi does not emerge, this obedience will work against us. Aisha Yusufu has said it, but I didn't take Aisha Yusufu relevant because I didn't think she's relevant enough. But you, Datti Baba Ahmed, what did you discuss with your principal before you came into that hall, before Yaradua Center? What was the discussion? To tell us that there should be an agreement. So are you telling me that Peter Obi, that wants to lead a country of over 200 million people, did not know what he was doing when he accepted to even come up to post on Twitter that ADC is the new bride? The same you people told us their structure of criminality. Why is he now working with the structure of criminality? Nobody will come under this coalition to insult our members, insult Rufai, insult David Mark. We will not accept it. I, as a member of ADC and an aspiring youth leader of Nasarawa chapter of ADC, I'm saying this now, and I will put it up in the when we get our formation in Nasarawa up to national level. I'm saying this now. I will not work for Peter Obi when he emerged, because I'm telling you for free, these people are not ready to be open. They will come and gaslight us that primaries. If you bring God from heaven and he conducts that primaries with the angels supervising the primaries, if Obi does not emerge, they will still claim it was rigged and it was dollarized. I have seen the handwriting on the wall. So it's better they leave now. They should leave us in peace. Go and meet Abure and solve your problem. Leave us in peace. This party was not built under anybody's sweat. Leave us in peace now. It is better. I agree with Njenje when he said they should please tell your advice your principal, if you have his ears, that please don't join us. We are structure of criminality. Please remain a saint in your Labour Party. Go and solve the problem with Abure. Nobody will come here, and I'm happy that we have a former military mind who has passed through different military coups and experiences in Nigeria as David. You cannot get David Mark is not Abure. David Mark is not Damagun. You cannot get. He was Senate president for 12 years. I think the longest serving Senate president. Passed through different presidencies from Yaradua to JEJ. You cannot gaslight him. So if you're not ready now, move. I'm not even being neutral. I am saying here that I will work against your principal. That if Peter Obi imagines that coalition candidate, I, Adamu, record it and take it everywhere. I will work against that ticket. If it does not produce Amechi or Atiku, who are ready to work regardless of their interests, if he produces Obi, me, I will mobilize people to work against him. It is not only you that can threaten me, I will also threaten you. Yes, and I'm saying it here openly. If they produce Obi, I will work against Obi. I am tired of the gaslighting. We suffered the same thing in 2023. Enough is enough. It will never happen. Ozomina. It will never happen again. Never again. Ozomina. Enough has been said. Nobody can come and be threatening us. This country belongs to all of us, north and south. And it's not about Obi's ambition. I also have ambition to contest underground in ADC. It's not about presidential election alone. It is time for the youth to take over and we will take over.
Adamu,
yes, I will not support Obi.
Adamu, thank you very much for your wonderful submission. Quite a number of people who feel that you're shouting, but you're airing your view, and you have every right. You have every right. If you feel that if for any reason the ticket goes to Peter Obi, that you're not going to support him, that is your, you have every right to do so, right? And you started your submission by saying you disagree with some of the things that I make reference to. I mean, I respect your view. It is politics, okay? This is what is expected of people who want their candidate. But, you can threaten people and say they can leave and go somewhere else. They probably will leave if they choose to, right? But if you believe that, you guys have formed this coalition and you're a member of this coalition, I think because somebody else is doing something, you probably shouldn't be doing what that person is doing. Please, behind me, sir, hear me out, sir. You probably will disagree, and I'm fine with it. You give them reason why they should reconsider, and you guys can work together. For the simple reason somebody else says something else and say, I'm not going to do this, and you want to, it's just copying what is not right. But you have every right to say you're going to work for Peter Obi if he marries. That's your right, and everybody should respect that. Thank you very much, Adamu. Unfortunately, guys, we would love to bring others who have not contributed. We do not have any, but there's no way I can do that because it's only myself who is hosting the spaces. I have this lady here, beautiful flower. Sorry, I know the next person to speak is Alan. Mr. Allen, I know you're here, please. I'm just trying to see if there's any way I'm able to get somebody to help us to co-host and bring people up. And that's what I'm trying to do. Beautiful flower, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Mindset. I'm doing well, thank you.
Well, no. Thank you. You're not making your submission. Yes, I'm about to ask you for a favor. That's what I'm about to ask you. Please hear me.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
thank you. So, please, have you blocked anybody on Twitter? Hello.
Yes, I have.
All right, that's okay. I'm going to pass
Yeah.
then. I'm going to pass. Okay, that's okay. I was going to ask you to help us bring those who have not contributed. But on that note, let me pass the mic to Alan X. Alan X, you have the
Mindset. I don't block people.
Oh, Governor, please. Now, you've said it 3 times today, sir. If there's a need for me to make you a co-host, I will make you a co-host. I know you're here, sir, please. Because the thing here is making you a co-host, and another thing is you taking the mic and start telling us this history that we are looking forward to hear from you. But I will bring you up to be a co-host, right? Thank you very much, sir. Let's quickly pass the mic to Alan X. Mr. X, you have the
Yeah,
mic.
thank you, Mindset. I don't know if you can remember the last time I was on this space. I said it that these primaries might be what would break or mar us as a coalition. And that time you were not talking about primaries on that space, so I think you were not really happy with what we said because we're kind of shifting the topic. But this is the main issue. And this is something I have been going from space to space crying about. And I gave my own solution as an alien. Let me use that English. As an alien, I said right from the get-go, can we have a consensus meeting where we will draw up the rules and regulation of these primaries? How we want the primaries to go. All players should come after we have reached an agreement, come and sign. This is what we want. Part of my suggestion was number one, we will not dollarize the primaries. Two, all people coming out as presidential candidates would not step down for anybody last minute. And I still listed some other things. I have seen how primaries have made or mad. PDP is where it is today because of that primaries. It mad PDP so bad that PDP is gone currently as we are speaking. Wike is moving crazy now because of one primaries. And that is what I was pleading with every single person. I am happy that a louder and a more prominent voice has now said it at a very, very larger audience. I am very, very happy. But I would disagree with you, mindset, with the part of that I am an obedient to the core. I will follow Obi to anywhere. I will vote for Obi with my life. But I disagree with Datti Ahmed for coming out to kind of, we all have mistakes. The coalition is not a coalition of perfect people. There is no coalition that you can ever find perfect people. There would always be mistake. You coming out to point out the same mistakes everybody is making. I do not think this is what the coalition needs. They are imperfect people. So even Obi said it on space that we cannot come out and start saying, oh, this person is this person is that. We can still sell our candidate without putting down somebody, putting down everybody. Erufai if I do if I speak about Erufai, it will not be publishable on TV. If I do this, I don't think that is the right way to go. And I understand mindset you are saying it is just politics, it is just politics. But at this point in time in the coalition, when we need a lot of people to join, I don't think this kind of statement should be made. But calling awareness to that primaries, speaking against dollarization of primaries and everything, that is where I stand with Datti Baba Ahmed. The way he spoke against, we know the players we are playing with. We know what they can do in politics. Atiku defeated a Wike that had all the money in the world in a primary. Do you know what that means? You are not you are not even in government. When last was Atiku in government? And you defeated a Wike that was sending millions. He even outspent Wike in the primaries. So we know the people we are in with and everything. So I applaud him for calling the attention to everybody on that primaries, because I feel it's important. But I am pleading with Datti Baba Ahmed, please tone down the rhetoric of trying to shame every single individual, calling out every single individual in a coalition. I do not think we are in a coalition of perfect people. Even me too, in this coalition, I have a lot of people I don't like, but I have to make sure that I stomach this for the greater good of the country. We can call for a free and fair primaries without insulting and degrading other people. That is my own stance. I support what he said about the primaries, but attacking other people's personality, for me, I do not support it, and I think he should tone it down for this coalition to work. And I am pleading with Atiku and so on and so forth. Let these primaries go in justice. There is no unity without justice. There is no unity without fairness and justice. If you cannot do this, then I don't know how it will go. I yield the mic for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. X, for your wonderful submission. And it's a very good thing we are on the platform where we can all disagree and agree. Now, you disagree with Mr. Datti Baba Ahmed because of what you believe, what he said, right? But you're making reference to other things that you're pointing fingers where you're not supposed to. What he's talked about, that the Arise TV would not allow him to talk about, if he said it, I think he was making reference to Shetima when he talked about this and that. So, you disagree with him. I agreed with him. Why do I agree with him? He has to protect the 6 million vote that LP got. He has to sell his candidate. This is politics, right? If you are not uncomfortable with it, if you're not comfortable with it, you're not supposed to be in politics. Marco Rubio, we have Marco Rubio as the Secretary of State in America. Prior to 2016 election, he called Donald Trump all sort of names. He called him a con man because he believed he stand a better chance of getting that ticket. All right? Now, you are an obedient, I'm not. But if you feel as an obedient that you are, that you're going to fold your hands and say, okay, let's clap kumbaya, kumbaya, and the ticket will be given to you guys, that's fine. Personally, for me, if I'm part of, if I see Datti Baba Ahmed, I will give him a can of Coke and say, thank you very much for trying for these guys to understand the need for Peter Obi to be your candidate. There is absolutely nothing wrong in that. This is politics, guys. This is politics. Right? But that's my opinion, but I do respect yours as well. Guys, I'm still really struggling, and I need for somebody to come up and help us to be a co-host. As I pass the mic to Beautiful Flower. Okay, I know you're here, please. Godfather and Roy. Let's allow those who has not contributed to speak. Beautiful Flower, you have the mic, sir. Good morning. I apologize. You have the mic. I really apologize. I called you, sir.
No worries. Thank you for the opportunity. So, since yesterday, I've been happy at the development because, and I tweeted about it like a few minutes ago. You see, election in Nigeria, nobody should feel comfortable, right, that they have power, or they should feel comfortable that they have the right to retain power. So the heating up of Nigerian polity is a pleasant, event for me personally. And it's because, we should make it a equal or fair playing ground. I know that's hard to achieve, right? Especially in places called like Nigeria, right? But it's a good thing. I think it's a welcome development. I think watching all the events, especially some of my APC people losing their sleep, it is not anybody's birthright. This Nigeria on our own. So let everybody go and work, go and hustle for your candidate, right? Now, whether 2027 will be rigged or not rigged is irrelevant. I think now that ADC, there'll still be many. I think there'll still be many coalition, and you know how we are in Nigeria. We align to realign, no problem. Now, with the fears about who is going to emerge as the candidate in ADC, I don't think Nigerians should worry too much. I think you should mobilize yourselves, right? If you think Labour has the numbers, then do your work. Go to the grassroots. You can poach from them as well. Just sell your market. So there's no need for us to now start attacking or not attacking. My own take home is that, APC, we're happy about the numerous decampments that have been happening. So no worries, right? Let everybody wrestle for this thing. Whoever has the power, free and fairly, then we'll take it in 2027. So let everybody relax. No wahala. This Nigeria, it go better, no problem. But I'm happy at the coalition. I'm happy at this interjection, just to shake the system a little bit and shake Castle Rock so they will know that it's not, you are sitting there, you are still on one leg. You still have to prove to Nigerians why you should continue in 2027. So I wish everybody luck. God bless. Thank you for the opportunity, Mindset.
Thank you very much, Beautiful Flyer, for your wonderful submission and for keeping to time as well. Guys, we are looking for somebody who will help to be a co-host about not Governor Abe. Anybody who has not blocked anybody on Twitter, please raise your hand and you can help us. People are complaining that the conversation is one-sided. We do not have a lot of people defending the PDP or the, I don't want it to be so. Godfather, do you want to help us? Have you blocked a lot of people?
Yeah. No. I don't block people.
Okay,
so,
all right. So let me make you a co-host, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
If you can bring up Ima and the rest of them who are my DM and every other person who would like to be part of the conversation. Roy, you raise your hand before I go back to Gege and come back to Mr. Galva. Roy. Sorry, Gege, can you hear Roy, please?
No, I can't hear him. And I think maybe his hand has come down. Maybe that's because he doesn't want to speak again, or
no, his mic is on. His mic is on. So that's the thing. It would appear that he's speaking, but we cannot hear him. Okay, I think he's having a network problem. Okay, Gege, since you raised your hand earlier on, please go ahead. You have the mic.
Thank you. No, I just wanted to briefly respond to some of the issues raised, because I think, first of all, we have to remind ourselves what a coalition is. The term coalition is a political term that was developed by advanced democracies who practice the type of or hold the kind of elections we do hold. So a coalition is when a group of people with a divergence of beliefs and ideologies come together to govern. And if you've seen Germany or England when we had a coalition, or other European countries, what they clearly do is they've held an election. One person has these votes, that person has the other votes. They then sit down and share the positions among themselves. They say, okay, based on this coalition, I will produce the prime minister, you will produce the minister for defense, you will produce the finance minister or the chancellor. So that's what a coalition is. So that's why I'm a bit surprised that we're asking what the terms of this agreement are. Like I said before, nothing connects a Peter Obi supporter to an El Rufai or an Amechi who are Buhari supporters. We don't have the same vision for Nigeria. We don't have the same beliefs on restructuring. We don't have the same agreements on the economy. I mean, you heard Amechi himself on TV. Amechi was still defending Buhari's handling of the economy, defending Buhari's policy. So we clearly don't have the same ideology. So we're not a party, we're a coalition. So when we're a coalition, we're agreeing to work together to get Tinubu out. Therefore, we need to agree the terms. Okay, what is Obi's? Are you saying, okay, when we win, Obi will be Minister for Defense, and then Obedience will also get Minister for Health. Is that what you're promising? That's what a coalition does. So the final point I'll make on this is, I don't want to talk too much about history, but this is what happened previously. In 2015, the agenda, the unspoken agenda was, look, power should return to the North. And if people had just come clean then and said, look, the idea is for power to return to the North, then we would have said, okay, fine. Now let's discuss who from the North should be the president. Buhari is not the person because Buhari is not qualified. We would have had that debate. But instead, they distracted us. They said, no, this is not about ethnicity, that the fact that you're mentioning ethnicity means you're an ethnic bigot. So they dismissed us. We're arguing aimlessly. And then they produced Buhari. And after Buhari won and things started going haywire, everybody was saying, had I known. So what I'm saying is now, let's have the conversation. This is a coalition. The real debate is, should Atiku be at the top of the ticket or should Obi be at the top of the ticket? Now, let's be honest and say this is what we are discussing. And then we'll discuss the pros and the cons. If you say you have data that shows that Atiku has the numbers to win, bring the data. Let's discuss that. We are telling you that the history of Nigeria shows that anybody over 70 is too old to be president. You see the way Tinubu is spending back and forth in France, hiding in Cayman Islands, wherever he is, he claims he is. Meanwhile, he's on medical treatment. And we are telling you that for all Atiku's advantages, 80 years is too old to be president of Nigeria. I can see him, the way he walks, the way he moves. You can tell he's too old to run this country. But at least let's have that conversation. Let's stop deceiving ourselves that this is a debate about something else. No, the real conversation is, should Obi be at the top of the ticket or should Atiku be at the top of the ticket? So let's discuss that now as we're setting up this coalition. Let's not deceive ourselves and distract with all these stories about, oh, we'll hold a primary, don't worry, we'll discuss that later. No, people are saying that, as I said before, because some people are working towards an Atiku candidacy and they want to ambush everybody at the primaries and then confront us with a fait accompli. If that's what you want to do, say so and let's discuss it. But I don't like this behind the scenes games because we're adults. And Nigerians, we all do this thing a lot where instead of discussing what is really your agenda, you are deceiving us by telling us that something else is your agenda. So to conclude, the real question is, who is the candidate or who should be the candidate? Is it Obi or is it Atiku? Let them sit down in a room, negotiate and tell us, and then we can then know what this coalition is. If not, they're wasting everybody's time. And like Adamu said, I too am not a member of ADC. So, and I'm not joining ADC. My own is, I want to know who the candidate is before I make a decision. If they can't tell me, then I wish them all the best. When they're ready, let me know. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much, Yege. So I do have a question for you, sir, if you can kindly respond to it. Now, you've mentioned that you want a situation whereby they have to tell us who the candidate is. If Peter Obi, for any reason, said, Mr. Gege, I know you love me so much, I know you care about what I represent, but I've looked at this whole thing and I feel that the best way to rescue Nigeria is for me to work with Atiku Abubakar, or is for me to work with Chibika Amechi, to work with Chibika or to work with Nasser El-Rufai, and I'm going to be the vice. Would that work for you, Gege?
Well, the good thing is, I don't love Obi. I just support him because I think he's the best option. So I would tell him the truth as well, because as you know, I don't work for any political party. None of them pays my salary. I just tell the truth. And I'll tell Obi that, well, if you're going to be Atiku's running mate, then I wish you all the best in that endeavor, but I'm not joining you. Because the first thing first is, look, a vice president is only as powerful as the president wants him to be. Atiku is going to be 80 by 2027. Atiku will be too old to govern. Let's tell the truth. We all have elderly parents, and you see the way your parents are. Even the ones that are in good health in their 70s, they cannot run a country. They sleep. After 2 hours, they go back to sleep. If they travel, they have to rest for 2 days after traveling. So what will then happen is the people around Atiku will be running this country and Obi will be reading newspapers. So that's what I would tell him, that, look, if you're going to accept to be running mates, then you are wasting your time. The second part to the issue is there's another conversation that Nigerians need to have, because if we're going to function, we need to tell ourselves the truth. And the truth of this matter is, in 2015, you said Jonathan must go because power must return to the North. Fine. 2019, you said the North must produce the candidate. Everybody's allowed Atiku contest. 2023, It was now the turn of the South. You then concocted this argument that no, you cannot zone until you have power. Oh, the Northeast has not produced a president. APC now produced a Muslim ticket. They said it's not about ethnicity, it's about who can win. 2027, you want to play this game with us. I am not a fool. Nigeria is a union between North and South. I'm not a fool. What you will not accept for yourself, don't bring it to me, because that's in fact, I'm very insulted. Bring that to me. Atiku will not accept it. What Atiku himself will not agree. You brought down a sitting president because he said power must return to the North. So don't even try that with me, Atiku. Try that with other people maybe you are paying who are on your payroll, but don't bring that to me. I'm a freeborn Nigerian. So if Atiku himself cannot sacrifice for Nigeria, then don't ask anybody else to sacrifice. We're not kids. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much. So you've mentioned this age of thing. I know you understand politics more than quite a number of us on this platform, and we always make reference to how the Western world managed to do their politics and everything. You know this. When Ronald Reagan was running for the second time in office, quite a number of individuals mentioned his age, right? And he made one of the famous quotes about age, right? Don't you think that at this point, if somebody like Atiku Abubakar, sorry guys, I know it's not only myself and Gige, but I wanted to ask him this question, who believe he has what it takes, that age shouldn't be the problem here. And I mean, his sound, his speaking and everything, if he has what it takes, do you think age should still be something for one to consider?
Well, if you are a very healthy 80-year-old person, then we might say maybe your age is not relevant. But I can see Atiku on TV. The same way I could see Yaradua, I could see Buhari, and I was telling people that these people are not well, and people were trying to gaslight me. See the way Atiku moves. You can tell that this is not somebody who is strong enough. You see that whenever there's a crisis in the country, it's Obi that flies over there immediately. Obi can be in 3 countries sometimes within 2 days. You see him in London, the next day he's in Kano, all of a sudden he's in America. That's the kind of person you need governing the country. You don't need somebody who will travel and then for 2 days needs to sleep because he has just come off a transatlantic flight. And that's the Atiku I can see on TV. It's not well enough. The second part is, with those kind of arrangements, it's when you're in an organic political party. Obi can say to me, okay, Gege, I want you to be my running mate. And then me and Obi have an understanding. We have the same ideology. We're a partnership. So I have no problems. But this is a coalition. The people around Atiku are not Obi's people. Look at Dino Melai, look at Saraki. Look at Erufai. You think those guys will sit there, Atiku is ill, then they'll say, Obi, you be making decisions. That's not going to happen. They will literally corner that presidency. Even Atiku's kids, they will corner that presidency. We'll be seeing, it'll basically, Obi will be vice president condolences. Exactly what happened to Oshibanjo. That's what's going to happen to Obi. It's not going to happen. And I can tell him for free, they will also not hand over to him after 2031. They will literally shaft him aside and bring an Amechi, or even the same Wike, they'll go and bring Wike back and give Wike that vice presidency. I can see it, and I'm sure he'll be smart enough to see through the gimmick.
All right, thank you very much. We don't know what would happen, but you probably might know more than us. Some people can predict what would happen in the future, and it would appear that you have predicted quite a number of things, and they came to pass. But Gege, please do stay with us. There's a lot of questions coming for you, and if we are about to leave the platform, please do let me know so I can put those questions to you before you leave the platform. Roy, you raise your hand before I go to Nisman.
Yes, mindset. I hope you don't mind if I make another submission. If you want them to make their submissions before me, I'm fine to wait.
Okay, please, if that would be very helpful. Let's allow them. You know, I'm struggling to bring people up. Okay, thank you, sir. Miss Nisman, go ahead, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm happy to be here. The truth of the matter is, we Nigerians, we really, from my own perspective, I don't think we like telling ourselves the obvious truths. Whether we like it or not, right? The facts are there. We know, yes, I'm tilting towards Obi because amongst everyone, even in the last election, and I don't know what is a saint or a messiah, but if you look at all the major candidates, the antecedents are there, the histories are there, their works are there for people to see, and to be fair, nobody will say we also what Obi did. He was the one that galvanized almost everybody in the country. Let's forget about the figures INEC gave to us. I'll tell you for a fact, like when Atiku came to Uyo to campaign, the place was as empty as I stayed in Uyo for 12 years before I left. Yeah. So even on the election day, when I went to vote, I saw what happened. Everyone knew that Obi was supposed to win Akwa Ibom State, but what happened? He didn't win. So we all know how these things works, right? So let's forget about the figures we are talking about. If the coalition really wants the country to move forward, they know who to support. We all know. Without Obi on that coalition, we will not be shouting. Nobody will even be talking of the coalition today, which is the third day after declaration, right? And as we say, everyone is free or permitted to support whoever they like. But let's not just let some people not feel like we don't know what's happening. I'm not an Igbo person. I'm from Akwa Ibom State, yeah? But I support Obi because amongst everyone that are up there to contest, it's still the one that, one could really say, okay, he has really tried, he can do one or two. But the rest of them, nothing inspiring, to be very honest, to be fair. Because I had somebody saying, we must, if it's not Atiku, if it's not Amechi, yes, everyone is free to do that. But then, what we have to listen to the pulse of the nation. We have to listen to what the majority are saying. If Obi is on that ticket, we all know that so many Nigerians will come out to work for free, even without being paid, even with their resources. But if the reverse were to be the case, if let's say Atiku is on the ticket, so many people will not want to put in energy. So many people will not want to put in effort. So many of us in the diaspora will not even want to come back to the country to do anything. And a new party like this needs all the financial resources and support in it. It's not just about this or that. But to me, what Datti said yesterday, to be very honest, I was not happy with what he was saying because I felt like it was just too early for us to start having those conversations, right? Yes, even though we know the end point of what is looking like. But then at the end of the day, we cannot just sit outside and just assume it is what it is. Have you seen the picture where Obi was holding El-Rufai? Right? To be fair, we can only assume that these are the people that are supporting, these are Articles people and all of that. But at the end of the day, we might be lucky that those people too they are tired of what is happening in the country. Some of them, they know that maybe this might be the last chance for them to correct or give good impression of their names. We don't know. So for me, I just feel like they should allow the conversations to run. Like, let the party be built at least to the point whereby we can start having conversation. At least, let's even get into 3 months of the coalition with it standing firm before we start talking or casting aspersion on people's personality. What Datti did yesterday was absolutely wrong. Like calling names of, insulting, giving derogatory remarks to individuals is not. You cannot be in a coalition with somebody, then at the end of the day you come out and start calling them names. Yes, let's even assume what we are saying is truth. You don't need to start saying it. This coalition is just 3 days in. You don't need all of that. You went to a newspaper column, start writing things that are not even. You are giving the opposition upper hand, and at the end of the day, you are bringing down what people are trying to galvanize for and bring the country together. Again, another thing I will need to say, I think there are some people that are close to Peter Obi, and sometimes when I go through their Twitter posts, I shake my head and move forward. I think he needs to talk to them. It's not everything you respond to. It's not because some of them, they are actually politically naive. I saw one tagging Festus Keyamo. You don't need all of that. That's a bait. It's just so obvious for everyone from the outside to say this is actually a bait. Festus Keyamo, as a minister in the APC, will not come out and start praising you and you'll be happy. He knows what he's doing because at the end of the day, they will still resort back to your response during the election period. And there's nothing you can do about it because you have taken, you actually fell for the bait. Good morning.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
so, I'm distracted now. I think I can go for now.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for your wonderful submission. I mean, whatever people do on their platform or their spaces I'm not interested in, I always like to focus on what really matters to me. But you did say that some of the things that Datti said you're not happy with, and I would have loved for you to mention those things. And you went further to say he used words that's they're derogatory words and everything. I don't see it that way. On one hand, you guys are contradicting yourselves, right? You want to market somebody. You want people to believe in Peter Obi. You want people to believe that he's the best in after Nigerian jollof rice. On the other hand, you have somebody who have worked with him, who's giving people reasons why he should be the person, and you're not comfortable with it. It's either you guys want Peter Obi or you don't want him. Listen. You always use this word, naive in politics and everything. Politics is a game. GAME. I think I got it right. It's not going to be given to you on a platter of gold. It's not done that way. Those in APC, during the APC primary, will tell you this. Mr. White is here, obviously. He worked for Bola Tinubu then. Myself and every other person, we were making fun of them because we believed that there was no way on this planet that Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have gotten that ticket. We started making fun. Mr. White, we can confirm this, right? Because the thing was against him, but he never gave up, right? It's not going to be given to you on a platter of gold. You are fighting for, permit me to say this. Mr. Peter Obi is fighting to get this ticket, and you're not comfortable because somebody went out there on TV and say he has to be the one. But at the end of the day, if for any reason he didn't get it, we're going to support him. I wish you guys well. And if for any reason he didn't get it, then you guys should do whatever you want to do. My position has not changed. I'm very comfortable with what that he said. I hope he can do more. I am not here to condone him in calling people them, but I did not see anything wrong in him telling Nigerians and those who cares to listen that Peter Obi should be considered. There is absolutely nothing wrong in it. This is politics. All right? But thank you very much. As I pass the mic to Mr. White, you raise your hand. Is he urgent? Because I've got people before yourself.
No, I just wanted to corroborate what you were saying. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to Ogun State and said Imilokon, and people had meltdown, he was telling people that he's putting himself first, and people must get to terms with it. He insulted Buhari. He dragged everybody, even dragged the sitting governor there. He told him that this man here, I put him in post. So the time has to come for you to stand up for what you want. You can't keep on saying, oh, I'll wait for people to give it to me. I will wait. No. You have to be specific. Like I said, Peter Obi is the beautiful bride. People came to meet him. He did not go and meet people. He did not beg for the coalition. Coalition members came to meet him. That means if you're playing chess, he has the power. He can decide a lot of things. So if you feel you want to play humility in politics, so people will settle down. Amechi and Atiku, in their mind, when they sleep in the midnight, they will think about you. They will now consider Peter Obi. I have a bridge to sell for you in Banana Island. It's just 2 million naira. You can contact me. I'll sell it to you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. White, for your submission. Let's quickly pass the mic to those who have not contributed. Kudidi, you have the mic. Good morning. Or is it good morning? Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, mindset. Good morning, everyone. So I'll be brief. I'll try to be brief. You see, I need people on this space to understand something and to get rid of this notion that Peter Obi is going to be handed the presidential ticket of ADC. He's not going to be handed that presidential ticket. He's not going to be handed that presidential ticket. If that is what people are banking on, if that's what obedience are banking on, they should better go and drag him out of that place. As you just rightfully said before Whitebeard interjected, politics is a game of interest. It's a game of interest. You do you think the Mamechi and co that are there, they will just watch you as you go and carry ticket and go and give Peter Obi? It's not going to happen. They also want power. And there are some submissions that have been overlooked. I've been listening for quite a while now. Honorable Ray once said something about people going to their ward to register to become members so that they can be delegates. And that's a very good submission. If you truly want Peter Obi to get that ticket, go and do your own job. A lady came here and she spoke. She spoke perfectly well. Go and do your homework. Nobody's going to hand anybody anything. Even the Atiku boys or the Amechi boys or everybody. Nobody's going to dash anybody anything. That is just it. So nobody should gaslight anybody to thinking that Peter Obi is the next best thing after sliced bread. No, this is the same mistake we made with Buhari. In building a country, you need everybody's hands on deck. You contribute your own quota. And please, let's get rid of this notion that Peter Obi won 2023 election. He didn't win it. Atiku did not win it. Did he get popular votes? Okay, which state did he even win in Northwest? Which state did he even get 20% or even 15%? So let's not be emotional about these things. The numbers are there. Go and check them. If people are coming to a coalition, all of us here on this space, we're just coming to say what we feel should be the ideal thing. As far as we're concerned, I gist with the gist. Do you understand? So nobody
No,
knows for sure.
sorry. I do apologize. Sorry, Mr. Didi. It's not a gist. I do have others who probably. This is the thing I keep telling you guys. I do apologize for interjecting. I don't open spaces because I want to scream. I always have individuals who probably you're not aware who are here.
Okay,
Right?
my
Taking
apologies. Maybe I don't know.
one minute, sir. Let me address it because I've always said this thing. For me to open spaces and concentrate on one topic, there's a need for it. There's a reason I do these things. I don't do it because I'm jobless, right? So I have people who are not Nigerians, who probably are Nigerians, who are political analysts, who gather data with what I'm doing here. Please, the word gist, I wouldn't take it. I don't think that's the right word, but please go ahead with your submission.
All right, I didn't know that. So my apologies, mindset. So as I was saying, that's just the plain truth on ground right now. Nobody's going to hand Peter Obi the ticket. Nobody is going to hand him the ticket. He needs to work for the ticket. And whosoever emerges between them, people are going to vote for that person. At least me, I will vote for that person. And going back to what Datti Baba Ahmed said yesterday, I'm really indifferent about it, to be honest. I didn't even see anything really, really wrong in it. Instead, that he shouldn't have said that this quick, but as Mindset is saying, he's selling his candidates. You understand? It's a coalition. We're not forming a new party. People are coming together from different parties. You understand? To actively defend their interest. So that's what you expect somebody to do. He was the vice presidential candidate to Obi. You understand? And someone even said there that he feels that Datti Baba Ahmed is Peter Obi's mouthpiece or something like that. But let nobody put it at the back of their mind that people are just going to enter coalition and give Peter Obi this presidential ticket for him to go and run. This is my humble submission. Thank you, Mindset.
Thank you very much, Uncle Didi, for your wonderful submission. You've actually put it right. Nobody's going to give it to you on a platter of gold. So they should go out there and fight for the ticket. And thank you, sir. I think we have the Civic. In the Civic Eyes, you have the mic. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mindset. Godfather, I greet you. I greet every speaker I've spoken earlier. I don't know if I'm audible.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
So,
audible.
anyway, I just want. Okay.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. You're
So,
audible, sir.
all right. Yeah, I just want to say that one. Starting with Peter Obi and the coalition, I want to say that in the first instance, if you check 2023 election, how the way Peter Obi pulled, we could see now in 2025 now that Peter Obi is weak. Peter Obi should not be the one collating or going for collation with these people he has called he has classified as they have structure of corruption. Peter, they should be the one coming to him for collation, not him going. That's one of the weakness of Peter Obi. Two, Peter Obi, I see Peter Obi is scared of not being given a ticket. So scared of not being given a ticket. He's scared of going into going into the primary with Atiku and Co. Okay, so what I want to say is the coalition to APC, the coalition is just zero. It doesn't count. The reason is they will dismantle themselves. The reason why I say they will dismantle is because if Obi is not giving a ticket, you see, somebody like Aisha said it that if Obi is not giving a ticket, that he's not going to support any candidate. We also have other top obedient members too as well. So which I think it will really affect the coalition party. All right. Having said that, what's the essence of coalition? It was coalition we had in 2015 that has brought us into this mess. Over 80% of Nigeria are still in poverty. It's not bad luck, it's bad government. And these are the same people who have dragged us into this mode. My own ideology, I would just believe the Nigerian youth, this is the time for us to team up because the faces are the same, the posters are still the same, the party are different. It's just for us to stand tall and demand for revolution. Come on, in day out, we are having same thing,
Sorry,
same
sorry,
people,
sorry,
same
sorry,
result.
sorry, 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 sorry,
I'm
sorry.
coming, I'm
Not
coming.
on this.
But the
1
revolution
minute,
I'm talking
one minute,
about,
one,
the,
1 minute,
okay,
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, please, please,
okay,
please.
okay, okay.
Stick to the topic. If you want to go and start a revolution, if you want to go and do other things, please go somewhere else and do that. And I keep telling you guys
Okay, okay,
how
okay.
I run my platform here. Please, thank you.
All right. The revolution I'm talking about is not maybe chaos, burning stuff. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. What I'm trying to say is the document which these people are reading or are riding us on did not for any reason include us. 1999 Constitution. That's what I'm saying. 1999 Constitution was the same Constitution that was drafted without including us. We are not being included. It was supervised by the military. That is the revolution I'm talking about, except we have changes in that constitution. Also, all of us were just waiting for 2027 without looking at what INEC did to us. We've not healed to from what INEC did to us in 2023. The glitching stuff. How sure are we are not going to have another glitch? My question is, if this coalition or the candidates you are supporting now did not merge, what's the next step? How do we move from there? Are we going to wait for another 4 years? Are we going to wait for another 8 years? I guess this is the time for us to hold all these people accountable now before 2027. We should team up, hold them accountable. Let them solve the issue of this electoral INEC issue and the
Mr.
constitution.
Mr. Civic, I'm gonna stop you again. I do believe that you understand what the topic is. If you have a problem with INEC, you want to change the constitution, there's a forum you can open and discuss. I'm discussing about the coalition, I'm discussing about the conversation that happened yesterday. And I keep saying it, and some of you feel uncomfortable when I do this. When you come on this platform, stick to the topic. If there is any other thing you want to talk about, you want to change the constitution or anything, it has nothing to do with what I'm discussing right now. Okay, but on that note, I thank you very much for coming on the platform. Chiefy, you have the mic, please.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone.
Come here and telling me.
First of all, I just want to start by saying that when it comes to politics, you understand that it's a game, and you have people that would play the game and they want to win. There are some people that don't necessarily want to win, but they just want to be spoilers for people that they are working for so that they can win. I feel like what Datti did today or yesterday, he either weakened Obi's position in terms of negotiations, or maybe he's dangling himself out there as a bait for the ruling party to pick him up and he might become a mole. I mean, that's the only logical explanation I can come up with, because it makes no sense for you to put down a coalition that you guys, formed and you just announced barely 48 hours ago. And one other thing that we must always realize is that whether you like it or not, the political gladiators would advertise themselves. They would get media buy-ins to actually speak on whatsoever they think is in their best interest. We saw Amechi do that. Now we're seeing Datti doing that. A few days ago, we saw Wike doing his own. In the coming days, you're going to see people that would also do their own. But eyes on the ball, guys. We shouldn't lose sight of what we're trying to do. And the point is, we want to get APC out of power. These guys have been discussing these things for more than 18 months. You don't want to tell me that they don't know where they are going already. They already have a clear direction and they will go there whether we like it or not. The only job that we have to do at this point in time is to ensure that we put all our energy and support them to ensure that we unseat this bad government called the APC. That's just a simple objective. We don't have to beat around the bush and we don't have to distract ourselves. Don't worry, you'll still hear more things. More people will say more things that will get people rattled, that would, ensure that the conversations, keep going up until 2027. But don't lose sight of the fact that we don't want a three-horse race. We want a two-party race where one person or one party is going to kick out the APC. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much, sir, to sticking to the topic. I think Godfather, please. Who else do we have? I thought that we have Ima up there, but he's no longer here.
Yeah, we are the man. I think we have Feel Good next. Feel Good.
Okay, Feel Good.
Yeah.
Please go ahead. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, mindset. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've listened extensively to the conversation so far, and I'll take a very different cue. I'll say Nigerians are too bothered about raising the bar for Tinubu to win. I am of the opinion that we have gone beyond that. I cannot see myself at any level of thinking raising the bar on how to beat Tinubu. I can't see myself doing it. This man was my governor in Lagos State for 8 years. He is the most incompetent governor Lagos State has ever produced. Not one single bridge to his name. Not one single problem he met in Lagos and solved. But somehow he sold that idea that he's the builder of Lagos, and some people bought into it. Well, all well and good. But guess what? He created a mafia in Lagos State that's held that state down for close to 25 years now. 26, going to 26 years now. Is importing that level of gangsterism to the federal level. I can't let that happen. I can't let it happen. I will not limit the tools in my arsenal to fight against a Tinubu. I am not trying to be nice. I'm not trying to be fair. I'm not trying to be good. I'm just trying to win. Okay? There are too many implications of a Tinubu continuing for more than 4 years. Everybody has their own reason for wanting Tinubu. Some people, they may prioritize, okay, if I don't get this, that, Tinubu should continue. I can never see myself thinking like that. There's just too much at stake for Tinubu to continue. One, in my own state of Edo State, this man imposed the most incompetent governor. Like this man, oh my gosh, anytime I think of it, I feel very disheartened. Like, this is I don't use some very strong language because I know mindset a very hard line on that. But you get the idea. This person imposed on the people cannot even be removed. Even the court usually told people, petitioners, that okay, you bought the data and everything, but you have to bring 700 witnesses from each of the polling units to remove him. Even the constitution, the electoral doesn't allow for that. You don't even have a judiciary to run to again because of this man. And the governor knows nobody puts him there. So what does he do? He appeals to the people that put him there.
Feel good.
I'm going from a mindset.
No, one minute, sir. I told you guys that I'm not interested in, other things that has to happen with other states. Please, if you can't, please, if that's okay with you. Datti Baba Ahmed spoke yesterday. Quite a number of individuals are not, they were not happy with what he said. They felt that he was being too arrogant, right? People have used that. What is your take on that? If you're telling me you like what Datti Baba Ahmed said, or can we stick to that, please? Thank you, sir.
I'm sticking to that, but let me make it brief. Datti Baba Ahmed is trying to raise the bar for Tinubu. As far as I'm concerned, he's more concerned about who is coming to remove Tinubu than Tinubu getting out of there. I don't care about who has to come together to get that man out of there. I don't care what has to work together for that good to happen. If you tell me I'm working with a beast to remove Tinubu, then yeah, I'm working with a beast. See, there are some things that I cannot just subscribe myself to. One, you are telling me I don't believe in all these regional sentiment. Oh, this Thomas this person. I don't believe in all those things. People that know me know these things too well. I don't believe in it. But somehow we're in Nigeria where they believe in these things. Fine. But you cannot now convince me that I should put my own interest of getting Tinubu out of there. I should put a second fiddle to a regional interest. I don't believe in those things. There's no top 20 economy that believe in those things, choosing their leaders. So why should I believe in it? Tinubu is counting on me to believe in these things. So he can what? He can use that as an excuse to put himself in power. And I'm fighting against a Tinubu that doesn't even believe in these things too. Tinubu literally in 2011 supported a Northerner to be Speaker of the House of Rep against his fellow Yoruba person. Because what? He wanted somebody that can help him fight Jonathan. He didn't care. He removed a sitting president, he worked to remove a sitting president from the South because he wanted what? To play the long game. He didn't care about certain sentiments. He's very direct and blasting when he wants what he wants. In 2020, he didn't care about the mood of the nation that, traditionally it's a certain president, a Muslim vice president, or a Muslim president. He didn't care about it. He wanted to win. And for the first time, he used a Muslim ticket. And he won. So you cannot tell me to go to battle with that kind of a person with my hands tied behind me. Any weapon in my arsenal, I'm using it. Especially now that he has more weapons in the arsenal than I do. This man has the CBN in his hands. This man has the entire security forces in his hands, has INEC in his pocket. Even your favorite governor is in his pocket. And you are telling me that I have to adopt certain principles of holymanism to fight against someone like that. My best fighting chances, you want me to go against it because you have created this illusion of power being served to you a la carte of this. I don't know how this illusion people have created here that politics has to be fair for you to win. If there's nothing I gain from this, from moving to Noble at all, it is the fact that Nigerians will now understand that, okay, no matter how powerful a politician is, no matter how ruthless he is, if the people don't want you, you are just one coalition away from going. So people that come with that sentiment of, these same people came and removed Jonathan in 2011, 2015. I don't care. They removed Jonathan, yes. We removed Tinubu too. At some point, when politicians know that you can remove them, they will now be scared of you. Not scared of their fellow politicians, they'll be scared of the people. And that means at some point they start thinking about what the people want and not what their fellow politicians want. What politicians hate the most is leaving power. If they know this is the surest route for them to leave power, they work against it. And the only way they can work against it is to do the will of the people. So if the people that are going to remove Tinubu end up behaving like some, we'll form that question to remove them too. And one thing I can assure you of is this: it's going to be in opposition will not make it easy for the ruling party. The ruling party is going to cry blood if it's in the opposition. So I don't see the downside of getting Tinubu out. You cannot sermonize me with any sentiment whatsoever in removing Tinubu. In fact, I don't have a candidate. Anything the coalition brings, I support. Just remove Tinubu from there. That's my submission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Feel Good. A pleasure to having you on the platform this morning. So let me quickly address this. Sorry, before I address what I'm about to say, my co-host Godfather, please. Did you remove Adamu?
No. I didn't remove it.
Okay, because
Let
it's
me
very important.
let me try and I hope nobody has blocked him on here. So okay, let me try
No,
and bring him
that's
back up.
okay. Okay, let's before you
Yeah.
please don't remove anybody. Before you remove somebody,
No,
do
I didn't remove him.
let's know that. Yeah. So I just got a comment on my DM of the individual who was speaking earlier on civic. So his what he wanted to discuss is very important. I've hosted spaces about what the Constitution says, INEC, and everything, right? So I'm not disputing that there's a need for those, but I've hosted space about those things, and I invited lawyers and we talked about it. It's very important that when we on this platform, we stick to the topic, because if you move away from that topic, then we will keep going around what Datti said yesterday and how the reaction is what we are trying to get. What is your take on it? Do you think he was right? Do you think he was wrong? Do you think if Peter Obi was to run alone, those are the things we want to talk about this morning. Perhaps tomorrow or next we can discuss about something else. Please, I beg of you guys to please stick to that topic as well. Thank you very much. As I pass it back to Mr. Galba. Galba, good morning. You have the mic, sir.
Good morning, myself. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. As usual, and as well as when I join you as first, precisely talking about the violation is that my belief is I think it's too early for people to be quarreling and be calling names about this coalition and the potential candidates that we have on ground. I'm still not a member of ADC, even though I disagree with APC. And I know that I'm not going to vote for APC. That's for sure. Yes, some Buharis joined the coalition. I'm Buharis, but I didn't join the coalition yet. But I'm with them, and I'll continue to support them. But the very one mistake I think people are doing right now is this idea of, okay, mindsets. Maybe let's assume that mindset hold a space some 2 days ago or just yesterday. We discussed about coalition, and he hold another space today, and he wanted to hold another one the next day or the next few days or next week. I think as usual, most of us that are here used to attend this space. When you come back to this space, why don't you come back with something like, okay, I went to my village, or I went to my ward or my local government, my state to mobilize this and that. I went to register with the ADC or with Labour Party or whatever, or let's say the ADC that is on ground now. You people have to be coming up with this kind of discussion. I'm still holding an APC card, but the fact that I'm not with APC, that has a reality, and I'm not going to vote for them. I'm just a kind of neutral in this coalition, waiting for you people to be able to produce one candidate, be it Peter Obi, be it Erupai, be it Amechi, Atiku Abubakar, or whatsoever. I don't want to join a discussion of Atiku over age, Peter Obi is a better candidate, Erupai is this and that. I don't want to. This is politics. At the end of the day, even someone is 90, some people will just go behind him and say, it's a game of interest. It's a game, definitely. You can believe that even if they put Ronaldo and Messi and all the best players in the world, you carry one local team within Nigeria to fight them. The local team will feel like, okay, they will go against all the Messi and Ronaldo and they can win. It's just a game. And we all have this. We all know who Peter Obi is and Rupai is to some extent, and Atiku. We all know them. But the fact that people are still coming off each and every day on spaces, on Twitter pages, to be saying some things that if I'm supporting Atiku or Peter Obi, I would feel like this is an insult to me. I think we are not being fair to ourselves. To some extent, some of us are not ready to rescue this country. Like the last speaker said, whatever the arsenal he has within his control, he will use it politically, peacefully, to be able to see Tinubu out of office. But why don't we every day come up with something that we can say, okay, we are working on the ground for these people to be able to deliver at the end of the day? And I always insist that for me or personally, I always insist that if at all, even with their shortcomings, all the candidates that we have now, Peter Obi is not a saint. We should not be deceived ourselves. Neither Atiku nor Europe. Nobody is a saint. So we all have our weaknesses, we all have our problems. And me being a bad person today, that does not mean that I cannot be a good person tomorrow. So that's life for us, and that is politics for us. And the fact that we are insisting that this kind of situation, if we cannot be able to control it, or if people cannot be able to control it, it will escalate to the extent that after having primaries or consensus candidates, there will be a serious fight in the party. You see, as an APC member, as I'm talking to you right now, APC itself, started from Tinubu to the last person that you can mention as an APC member in this country, I swear to God, they don't have any hope. The only hope is just go to mama, take this one to mama, bye-bye. The only hope we have is that it's either to find our way to rig this election, or we are waiting for you people to mess up in a slight mistake or mess up that might come up from this coalition. is the way forward for APC at the end of the day. That's the truth. They are just watching now. They don't have a sleep now. They don't sleep with their two eyes. That's the truth. They are just waiting for any small mistake that you people can make, and they'll break off. And that is the worst mistake politically, I think, from 1999, that Nigerians and a set of politicians that are going to do coalition will make this time around. If they made that mistake and allowed Tinubu to go beyond 2027, you should wait for what will happen in 2031. That's the truth. I'm not pessimistic. I'm also optimistic. Maybe he might go beyond 2027 and make the Nigeria a better country. Or at the end of the day, people will still go against him or the candidate that he's going to grow, and they will lose the power. Definitely, one day, one time, they will leave. Whether he's alive or not, he will leave the power. The party will lose. This is Nigeria for us, and this is politics. Nobody will rule forever, so long as democracy is going. So you people should try as much as you can, emotion aside. Me, that's mindset. Mindset is very much aware. That's my words all the time to this coalition. Try as much as you can. From all that I'm seeing in this part of northern part of the country, I'm precisely within Kaduna and Abu. I'm from Yobe State. From all that I'm seeing, is that people are just quiet and continue to suffer the bad policies of this our administration. But they are waiting for any other alternative. Not all the northerners, I can't say all, but majority, I don't have any doubts, majority are waiting for an alternative candidate, precisely from this coalition, to emerge. They will definitely vote for the person, irrespective of where the person comes from. And the fact that Peter Obi is our strength, or Peter Obi is your strength from the east, from the south, I mean, the southern part of the country. That is the truth. Nobody can change that. Without him, that is why they run for him to come and join the coalition. Whether they run for him or he come for them, they both need each other. That's the truth. He is the strength of this coalition when you go back to the southern part of the country. And when you come down to this northern part of the country, he has some base. But the problem is you don't have the core north. Somebody mentioned that. You don't have the core north, the northwest, and mostly the part of the northeast, and some part of the north central. And Atiku knows that he don't have a base in southern part of the country. Before, we know that the southern part of the country is full for PDP, irrespective of whosoever PDP brought up as a candidate. But now it's not like before. The only one man that's, whether he has a rep or house or something, or he has a governor or anything, he don't need them. That's Peter Obi for you. And he will deliver. So people are ready to accept whosoever is the candidate. At the end of the day, I don't have a prepared candidate amongst them. I don't have. Me, like any other ordinary northerner, or most, or a vast number of northerners that are waiting for the coalition to produce a candidate, I'm like them. I'm waiting for you people. I believe that they can be able to deliver at the end of the day. Regarding Datti Baba Ahmad's comment yesterday, I think to some extent, like everybody was saying, he is trying to defend his principle and to sell his principle. But some of the comments calling names, it will trigger an issue precisely within the northern part of the country. And I'm not trying to look down on Datti Baba Ahmad. The fact that Datti Baba Ahmad will not deliver Zaria local government for you, that's the truth. Politically, he was a senator then. Some people will ask, okay, he was a rep member. I think he was a rep member before he became a senator. He was a senator then. Then people voted for him before. I don't want to talk about those politics of that 2003, 2007, 2011.
Mr.
We are
Garba,
not
please,
into that.
because of time, if you can kindly round up quickly, please. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So the comment of the Baba Ahmed, to some extent, you can't start to call names. I think precisely calling names of those people that are into the coalition. Erufai didn't come out and say, this is my candidate, or I want to be the president, and started calling names. Amechi didn't do that. If I told you watch Amechi yesterday, Atiku didn't do that. Peter Obi himself was saying that, that space that he attended last week, I was there. He was saying that nobody is talking about who is going to be the presidential candidate. And people should stop try to ignite fire out of something that is not even there. They should wait. They are going to come out with all the candidates at the end of the day, whosoever is interested to contest. So calling names is this is not the kind of coalition that we did in 2015, before 2015, to be able to bring Buhari into power. Seriously, people should please be patient. At the end of the day, if this coalition doesn't work or it starts to bring problem, me, I will just go back and sit down. I cannot vote for Tinubu. And I cannot vote for several candidates. Atiku going his way, Obi going his way. You should do it for the country. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Garba. Please, because of time, whoever that is going to speak next, please be very mindful of time. You see, there's this thing that we do. We always compare 2015 to 2025. It's two different things. Mr. Garba, what you guys had in 2015 was a merger of political parties that came together and formed APC. This is not a merger. This is a coalition. So it's very important we know the difference between what happened in 2015 and what these guys are trying to do. Okay? And, I mean, in your own opinion, you felt that Datti said this and Datti cannot win Zaria local government. Datti Baba Ahmed with Peter Obi won over 6 million votes that INEC gave to them. So this whole thing that he's not able to deliver, but he delivered with this man, right? So, I've seen this argument, he cannot deliver, he cannot win his whole bedroom and everything, but he worked with somebody. For some reason, Nigerians looked at both of them and said, okay, one thing, we are going to support both of them. We must, as well, as long as we want to balance things, give him that respect. He has every right to say, we did it before, we can do better if we are supported. Right? You might not be comfortable with it. You supported Buhari in 2015. During 2015, you know how Buhari got the ticket, because people felt that in APC then felt that he has the numbers, he can bring in the people. The sentiment will be with him. Buhari came first, Kwakwaso comes second, and Atiku came third. Right? So this whole argument that Baba Ahmed cannot win his local government, I do not think that's right on him, because he worked with somebody, whether it was him that brought 10% of the vote and Peter Obi brought 90%. Both of them did work together and they deliver they deliver over 6 million votes. So we must accord him that respect. Thank you very much, sir. Let's quickly pass the mic to, I can't remember who's next. Godfather, please, can you help me out? Who do we have next? Sorry, sir. I cannot hear. Sorry, sir.
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, who do we have next, sir?
Hello? Yeah, mindset, can you hear me?
I'm not sure what's going on right now. Can anybody hear me, please?
Yes, he's asking if you can hear him.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Let's quickly go to Abuja Mayor. Then, since you're raising your hand, please go ahead and be very mindful of time.
All right, thank you very much. And I want to appreciate everyone for their contribution so far. So let me quickly dash into it. Number one, the issue of that interview yesterday. Like what you said, mindset, I really appreciate. Like on yesterday too, I was on a space and I was telling the obedient people that one thing they must prioritize now is selling their candidates. If they must be intentional about it, because just like Beautiful that spoke earlier said, nobody is going to just allow you to just come and just take power like that. You have to fight for it. You have to work for it. So what that it did to some extent selling the candidate is very important, but it's too early, on the other hand, calling out names of some of the major leaders or stakeholders that brought about this coalition, where Obi has also been a very integral part of it from the onset, from the beginning. So Obi is not naive, or Obi is not dull, or Obi is not somebody that is not smart to know what is good for him or what is not good for him. And I believe he also have elders, he also have advisors who he must have related to before he take the step and the decision. So, but then it's understandable if he's selling his candidate, that one is very important. And all the obedient, they need that very well now. Then, secondly, the issue of primary, sir. I will still say my submission on the issue of primary is very simple. You cannot be involved in a primary election when you are not a member of of that political party. It's not possible. So if we are talking about primary and the obedient people are not ready to massively engage in membership registration of the ADC, then there's no way it can work. Because if they want to win primary, they have to participate, and it has to start from the grassroots. Somebody else earlier analyzed how primary election is being run. It starts from the grassroots. So it's that time for the obedient people to be very intentional about it. Then thirdly, because of time, the issue of zoning, because to some extent, like what they said yesterday, even what Amechi said, it implies that maybe probably there's a discussion ongoing that they might likely zone the tickets to the south, but then it has to be on a 110 basis. And if that is going to be on a 110 day, if that submission is true, then it means the less of Obi, Amechi, and maybe others that is going to come up after now, they have work to do. And somebody also said earlier, Amechi is not a kid in party politics. Apart from party politics, in national politics as a whole, he's not a kid. So Obi needs a lot of work to do to ensure he clears the ticket. He has to work for it. That's what I'm saying. And the obedient people, they also have to work for it. Obi cannot do it alone. The obedient people can also do it alone. It has to be a collective effort. Intentionality is not a matter of emotion. I'm a PDP person, for instance, but I'm ready to support whoever that is going to flag the ticket of the ADC. That's just the truth. Because right now, if Wike, who is in PDP, can support APC and is boasting about it, so me too, I can be in PDP and support any other party. You understand what I'm saying? So this thing is something beyond obedient movement alone. It is a Nigeria thing now. It's a Nigeria thing. We need everybody. We need everybody. If Obi should get the ticket, the obedient alone cannot deliver the vote. They need vote. They need people from the PDP. They need people from the APC. They need people from all across board to get this job done. The fact is that Nigerians are tired, and we need a solution. And me, I don't know why it is so fast, or is it that the obedient are scared? I don't know, because for me, it's rather too early to begin to ponder and wonder about Obi getting the ticket, Obi not getting the ticket, and all of that. It's rather too early. The coalition is just about 3 days, and we're already fighting ourselves just because of, if Obi don't get the ticket, this one will happen. If Obi don't get the ticket, this one will happen. No, I don't think that's what we need now. If we must work together collectively, we need each other. This is politics. You said earlier, mindset. You say it's a game, and it's a game of numbers. It's not a game of words. It's not a game of emotion in a real sense. It's a game of number. The highest number goes with it. Whether you like the person, you don't like the person, that is it. It happened in 2023. We don't like Tinubu, but he has the number and he won. And he's the president of Nigeria today, and we are all facing the effect of it, whether negatively or positively. as we all are based on our own interests. So this thing is very important. It's important to me as much as it's important to every Nigerian. It's not about a particular person or something alone. Then fourthly, sir,
No,
the
no,
issue
no.
of process.
That's not enough time for that. Please, sir. Please let's give others the opportunity to contribute. Please, thank
All
you.
right.
As I pass the mic to discipline. Discipline, please go ahead, sir. You listened to Datti Baba Ahmed yesterday, and a lot of individuals are not comfortable with what he said. A lot of people felt that what he should have said, what he said. There's still time for a coalition. I'm of the view that he has every right to go out there and tell them the reason why they should vote for, they should cede the ticket to himself and Peter Obi. What is your view on that, please? Discipline.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mindset. Thank you very much for having me. Well, I would just like to disagree with you humbly on this issue because I watched the interview, and believe you me, if maybe there's a way we can blur the face of the speaker on that interview and also sort of distort the voice of the speaker, I would believe, or I would think the speaker was an APC agent trying to destroy the coalition. We are talking about a coalition that just materialized 2 days ago, and then here we have somebody speaking against it. To me, to be very honest with you, I'm somebody, I like Datti Baba Ahmed. I respect him a lot. But what I saw him do there, it was like as if, in fact, he was actively saying that he was not even in support of the coalition, because he said that he did not even support Peter Obi leaving the Labour Party. That if he had his own way, he would have wished for Peter Obi to stay to stay in the Labour Party and go into the election. It's not. I don't think that is right. And also, one thing I think man said you don't understand, you did not understand here, is that there's difference between selling your candidate and then pulling other people down. Now, what is the essence of the coalition in the first place? The essence of the coalition in the first place is to have a single candidate who is going to have the support of the other aspirants. But what I saw Datti Baba Ahmed do on that interview was, he was bringing down these other candidates or these other aspirants. He was bringing them down. What effect do you think that is going to have on their supporters? Or if he was doing the right thing, then maybe Peter Obi should as well do the same thing. Go and start insulting other people. I don't think that was right. I was very, very disappointed with him. What the essence of the coalition in the first place is to have the support of other people. One, we have the supporters of Atiku, we have the supporters of Obi, we have the people that are tired with Tinubu. They are just looking for a way out. But how do you now go around pulling down other people within the coalition, pulling them down, and saying all sort of negative things about them? What effect do you think that is going to have with their supporters? How do you think their supporters are going to react to what you said? And this is exactly what Ima came here to say. This is what Adamu said. They are now saying that, okay, even if the coalition does not produce Atiku or somebody, they are not going to support the. That is the effect that is the natural effect of what Datti Baba Ahmed did. We have at Erufai supporters. They are also there. So if you should now start criticizing all of them one after the other, do you think by criticizing them, their supporters are going to automatically love your own principal? Of course not. And that is not how you sell your candidate. You sell your candidate by speaking on his good qualities. And if I very much believe, whether we like it or not, the truth of the matter here is this: the flag bearer, or who emerges as the flag bearer of the coalition, heavily depends on, one, I believe, the supporters of that person, and also the stakeholders, the person's camp within the coalition itself. We are talking about the likes of Datti Baba Ahmed in the case of Peter Obi, Datti Baba Ahmed, Aisha Yusuf, and their likes. Those are the people within the coalition that within the organ of or the organization of the coalition. Then the supporters. As the supporters, if you are trying to sell your candidate, make it known without even having to say it. Make it known that, look, your candidate is the best person to be given the ticket. Your candidate is, make it known by, how do I do it? By making your candidate very, very popular, by making it very, very by trying to bring people into your own camp. For instance, the obedient camp. The obedience at this point in time, what they ought to do is to try to see how they can pull as much or as many people as possible into the obedient camp, into the obedient fold in such a way that these people are within the coalition, but then again, they are in support of the Obi candidate. They are not in support of Atiku candidate, without even having to say Obi or nothing. But now, what this thing that the obedience are busy flying around, Obi or nothing, I very much believe is a big disservice to even the obedient, movement and Obi himself. Because what you are saying in essence is this: we are not in the coalition for the coalition. We are just here for Obi. So at the end of the day, you are saying that if Obi does not emerge as the flag bearer, you are not going to support any. Even if that is your sentiment, you should not even voice it out. Even if that should be your sentiment, because if Atiku people should also voice the same sentiment, it's now going to be a situation that, okay, if Obi emerges, then automatically Atiku supporters are out of the question. If Atiku emerges, automatically Obi supporters are somewhere else. That should not be the feelings going into this coalition. That should not be the sentiment. The sentiment should be, we should try to propagate the sentiment that, okay, we are in this coalition together. At the end of the day, we are going to support whoever emerges. Because and that is what Wike tried to do in his PDP primary, where he promised that whoever emerges is going to, just so that he was thinking he was going to emerge. So he was just to secure the support of the other people. He was now making promises. And that is exactly what he did. So we should spread this sentiment that we are going to support as long as the coalition does the right thing and follows the right step, in getting the candidate or the flag bearer for that coalition. Now, when we talk about primary elections, I think it is the responsibility of Obi to ensure and to make sure, and his camp within the coalition to ensure that they make it crystal clear to not just Atiku or anybody, to everybody in the coalition, that if the primary should be monetized, they are automatically out, and that is the deal breaker for them. Should the primaries be monetized, they are out. If they can make this crystal clear, and the Atiku camp and every other camp would understand that these people are really serious. If we should bring dollars to these primaries, we are going to lose them and we are going to lose the coalition. Believe you me, they are not going to do that. But the whole idea here is that, we have to, if our guy does not emerge, we are going to, they think that is the strategy. That is not a strategy, in my opinion, mindset. The strategy should not be that you are, it's like you are threatening the other guys. It's like, this is like a threat. You are telling them, if your candidate does not emerge as the flag bearer, you are not going to support them. How do you think that they are going to feel also if your candidate should not emerge later on? How do you think they are going to react to that? So I think what we ought to do is we should just drop all those sentiments aside. We should try as much as possible. If you are an Atiku supporter, bring many people into the Atiku fold within the coalition. If you are an obedient supporter, bring many people into the obedient fold within the coalition, so that you can use that as a leverage when it comes to selecting the flag bearer. You can say, look, if you go to every corner in Nigeria, the voices they are echoing Obi. So it is only right for us to give Obi the ticket. This is how you get this support. It's not by threatening or by saying you want to, by telling people that if you don't support, or if the person does not, if your own candidate does not emerge, you are not. That is not how we go about it. That helps, or that I very much believe that is going to bring these divisions that would at the end of the day destroy the coalition as a whole, because the whole essence of the coalition is to get the support of the other guys. So now when you are telling the guys, you are threatening them that, okay, if your guy does not get the ticket, you are not going to support them. What if your own guy now later gets the ticket? Do you think they are going to support you? They are not. Or when you are now insulting their guy, to hold in high regard, you are now insulting him, you are now saying that he's a thief, he's this. Even if it is true, do you need to say it? Will that help the coalition? It's not going to help it. It is making yeah.
Sorry. Let me butt in here. I've listened to you. You started by disagreeing with me, which is fine. That's one thing I love about coming on platform. You see, my problem here is it would appear that sometimes we are saying something and we contradict ourselves, right? Now, on one hand, you are saying that what Datti said was wrong and everything, that the best idea would have been to let people know that they shouldn't allow anybody to use money to buy votes in terms of the primary. Please correct me if I'm wrong, sir, right?
You are right, yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, that's what Datti said. And so I'm not sure if the interview that I listened to is the same one that quite a number of you have listened to. At the end of that interview, Charles asked him a question in terms of, in regards to who, if any, for any reason somebody emerges from that coalition, will you support him? What did he answer? His answer was yes. But what he was trying to say, and some of the things that he said, quite a number of you that have spoken on this platform failed to mention, is that he's trying to avoid the rigging of the primaries, that the primaries should be rigged and the money, people buying the vote on the primary. That's what this man was trying to say. I don't know how difficult that is for everyone to understand. You don't want Datti Baba Ahmed to fold his hand and not going on national TV to say, we are coming to this coalition, and then, whatever happens, we are going to accept it. No, that is wrong in my own opinion. You've got to let people know that we are coming to this coalition and we are part of this coalition, but we are bringing something to the table. We want a level playing field. Let the primaries, if there will be any primary, let it be free and fair. When the man made his submission, please, Mr. Discipline, correct me if I'm wrong. At the end of his submission, was there at any time that he said, when Charles asked him that question, if anybody emerges from that coalition that he will support, did he say that or not, sir?
Sorry, I did not get the question.
Okay. When, during the course of that conversation, right, when he was asked a question about if anybody emerged from that coalition, if he would support, what was his response?
I think he said something along the lines of if they did everything right, he was going to support them. I think that was what he said. I'm not quite sure.
Okay, let's go with that response. So what is wrong in that? Is there anything wrong in that?
No, no, there was nothing wrong with that. But I was making reference.
Yes. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I was making reference to what the obedience are saying. No, his own case is different. I think the only problem I had with what he said was how he was pulling down a lot of people. He brought down, he was criticizing people like David Mark, criticizing somebody like Erufai, criticizing, people like Atiku. That was my own issue with that. He said a lot of negative things about them, and which I very much believe was highly unnecessary and is a great disservice to his own principle, because he's in a way instigating the supporters of all these people he criticized. And then how do you think they are going to feel, about his own candidate when he's busy criticizing their own principles? Of course, it would not sit well with them when he's insulting, and that is not how he should sell his own principle. That is my own issue with what he did.
Okay, when we use the word criticism, he criticized this person. I mean, that is a quite different person. It's a different person. I'm not a supporter of obedience, neither am I a supporter of Peter Obi. I hope you understand that. So I'm not here to defend anybody. I'm just saying, looking at it from a political angle, he has to do what he has to do to put Peter Obi up there, right? Whatever the obedience or Labour Party members are saying online, as you know, I don't respond to things. I'm speaking based on what somebody said on the national TV. Okay, now, he knew very well that it's going to be very difficult for him if this is going to be a money thing. So he's putting his candidate out there to say, we have the best candidate. We have proven that we can, get these numbers. It's very fair that you guys look towards us in terms of ceding this ticket to the South. It's very important that you guys look into these things. And these other individuals, we might be in this coalition, but these are the reasons why you should come towards us. He never said anything. I want to believe that if there are things that he said that shouldn't be aired, I want to believe that Charles and Arise TV wouldn't have allowed him. This is politics. You guys should not expect this individual to fold their hands. They have to make sure that they put their candidate out there. Right? There is nothing personally, and I respect your view, sir. Okay, I know those on Atiku's camp would disagree with me, and some persons in other camp would disagree with me. I've always called out Peter Obi and what I think he's not doing well. But Datti Baba Ahmed, sorry guys, Mr. Discipline have left the platform. I did not remove him, so I know there's a lot of conspiracy when things like this happen. I do not believe that him going out there to speak and say, let's have a free and fair primary is anything wrong. At the end of the day, the last thing he said before the conversation ended was, if anybody emerges from these primaries, I will support him, but we want a free and fair primaries. What is wrong in that? Somebody help me out. Is there anything wrong in saying if Mr. Feelgood happens to be the right person to co-host this platform, in as much as I disagree with him, I don't like the way he responds to things, but if the platform decides that Mr. Feelgood is the right person, we are all going to support him. Please, is anything wrong with that? Somebody help me. Hello, anybody wants to help me out? Apart from Mr. Governor, please, Governor, because you're going to start telling us how many people you had meetings with. Any other person?
No.
Please hold your thought for a minute. I know you very well. Mr. Feelgood, do you disagree with that? Oh, sorry, Roy, your hand is up. Please, go ahead.
Thank you, Mindset. I would just like to do some few responses and submission. I hope you will permit me to do that. And it's regards to the topic. In terms of the responses, a few people have made some allusions and done some illustrations that I don't think fit into the profile. You see, and thank you, Mindset. You did say something. You quoted or paraphrased Datti, which is something people were missing, as it's almost as if they didn't listen to all the things he said. One of the things he also said is, if this coalition thinks it is going to be business as usual, it will not work because everyone is in it with their own interest for their own ambitions. If we must defeat Tinubu, it must be about Nigerians and not personal ambitions. He was talking about himself, he was talking about Obi, he was talking about Atiku, he was talking about Amechi, he was talking about Rufai and everybody else. Now, you see, we have gotten so used to scramble for power, and every strategy, no matter how it is well dressed, is usually about, oh, so that I'll get a position, so that I'll get something. No matter how low, I'll get a ward, election, or I'll be fitting here and fitting there. That is the truth. Gege, when he was here, mentioned something about coalition. In the UK, Britain, there was a coalition between the Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats. It's not the same way as it's done in the US. The one that's about to happen is similar to what happened here in the UK. And what they did was, oh, right, I must not be the prime minister. So in the Nigerian context, I must not be the president. But Nigeria must be fixed. That's what happened here. Unfortunately, Nigerian politics doesn't go that same way. So, Datti Ahmed is warning. He's trying to cut through the noise. Let's not just be excited with what is happening. No, let's be careful. Yes, this coalition, but let's not be too excited. If everything works the way they should, you cannot be saying you want to kill corruption and be doing corruption to get there. He's not just critiquing the coalition. It was the culture of politics, money politics, and all of those things. Now, here is a man showing you he is a man of integrity, showing you he is a loyal person in this Nigeria that we're. I mean, the truth is, where is Okowa today? Okowa was just picked once as vice president, and the next thing, he jumped ship. He has abandoned everything he said on the campaign trail of 2023. He has abandoned principles, of course, ideology and all that. But Datti is still holding on. You might not like what he said, but he's showing you this is who I am. There's a Hausa saying that goes like this: Shuru shuru mugune. Shuru shuru mugune. It's one of my favorite sayings of all, no matter where you go. And this is what it means: that you do not know what a quiet person is intending. A quiet person can be the most cruel person ever. So if somebody explains himself, if somebody expresses himself, be grateful because they're telling you their mind. They're telling you what is in their heart. Datti is expressive, no holds barred. You, Amechi, Rufai, and many others, Atiku, you can link them very closely to what is the rot in Nigeria today. Somebody mentioned Datti's election in 2003. Now, 2003 to now is how many years? 22. That means somebody born then would, I mean, somebody that did the election in 2023 may not have even known what happened in that is election. Meanwhile, that time elections could be challenged and reversed against even the incumbent. That is what we're trying to fix. So don't. It's not okay to try to hang someone for telling us we want to fix Nigeria. We must look within ourselves, within this coalition that I believe in. If it goes well, we must not do things with business as usual. We will not be cutting corners. If defeating Bola Tinubu is the goal, as many opposition voices want to claim, then the method must matter just as much as the motive, as much as the outcome, as much as beyond the outcome. And when you're saying that Ahmed should tone down, and you come here and you're toning up, I mean, where's the hypocrisy? It's within each one of us. We don't want the method to be backdoor pacts, money exchanging hands, vague manifestos, pre election marriages of convenience, and then you want to expect a different Nigeria. We must be able to critically think and sift through what he's saying. If I was a visitor or a guest on this platform, I could easily tell who are the articulated people, who are the obedient, who are these, who are. It's almost like that, with a few exceptions. That will say, "Oh, I'm articulated, but I believe in what Datti said." A few will say, "Oh, I'm obedient, but I don't like what Datti said." Outside of that, you can almost we are still making the same mistakes that we were making. I think it's okay to look at all of this. If that is wanting all of us to not do things the same way we have done, what is he showing us? I'm a man of integrity. I'm keeping to my words from the start. What I said in 2023, I'm still maintaining it. It's a marriage of inconvenience, but see, even in that, don't think you're my friend. This is what we want. This is what we're laying on the table. He's still telling you he believes in Obi. That's loyalty. He is still saying what he was saying before. You might not like it, but I think we should be fixing ourselves. Now bring your insults to him. Tell him what he has done. Tell him why he doesn't have the right to say what he's saying. And let's see. So the coalition is coming, but we want to fix Nigeria. That's the end of it. And I think we should be mindful of what we say, what we do, and please let Nigeria work. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much. You're an obedient, and you've supported Bola. Sorry, I do apologize. You're supporting Peter Obi, and you believe in him so much. Let me ask you a question. Now, let's say this coalition has the primaries. It's an open primaries. Everybody, when at the go there and cast their vote, and at the end of the day, Atiku Abubakar emerges as the presidential candidate. Will you support that ticket?
Thank you. This is a very easy question to answer. So just bear me. I will just answer in 1 minute. I'm an obedient. That means I'm not for Labour Party. I'm not for Atiku. I believe in Peter Obi, and he has shown that he comes up in spaces. It was even live today. He answers questions. If I wanted to speak to Peter Obi, I could do that. So these are all the things I like about it, and that's why I can say I am obedient. I'm not put out the label to say, "Oh, I'm obedient," but I mean, you know what I'm saying. So if Peter Obi tells me the person that is ahead in the coalition, who is leading up the coalition, or who is going to represent the coalition, is so and so, and he supports that person, I will give him that benefit of that. But I'm not tied to Peter Obi's umbilical cord. I also have my own mind. I'm also an adult. If I do not believe in that, I will pull out. I believe in him. I will trust his judgment, but there's just so far that I will go with that. Thank you.
So you can see, okay, let me ask the same question to Mr. Feelgood, who believes so much in Atiku. Feelgood, you're still with us, right? Mr. Feelgood.
Yeah, I'm still with you. I'm still
Mindset,
with
I'm
you.
still around.
Mr. Okay,
Yeah, I can
Mr.
hear you. I
Feelgood,
can hear you. I
thank you
can
very
hear you.
much.
Can you
So
hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Thank you. So let's say we have this primary happened, and then Peter will be, it's a free and fair primaries, and Peter will be emerges as the candidate. Will you give him all the support he needs?
Anybody. In fact, you mindset, if they mistakenly give you, I vote you. Anybody. So the answer is yes.
Okay, I'm not contesting that, so you wouldn't vote. You wouldn't vote for me, but thank you very much. The reason I asked that question is that there are individuals who feel that if it doesn't go their way, they're not going to support, which I don't believe is the right thing. I want to believe that people coming to this coalition are coming because they are not scared of primaries. The message I think a lot of us are missing here is that I listened to quite a number of speakers saying obedience and scared. I don't think you have to be scared. Scared should be the right word. Perhaps one will use the word worried, right? So going into politics is not something you're coming into, you're scared. If you're scared and you don't think you can do it, just get out. It's that simple. Get out. Let those who are not scared go out there. But what I want to believe is that Datti is saying, give us a level playing field. Let the primaries be open. If we win, we win. So be it. If we don't win, whoever emerges from this, based on what he said, and I heard him that he will support. Mr. Feelgood, you still raise your hand, sir.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to speak on the whole primary debate that's coming up. One thing we need to understand is that primaries are not done online. Politicians are loyal to their ambition. They're loyal to it 100%. Now, for you to win primaries, you need what we call delegates. Now, these delegates have to go through a particular hierarchy of politicians before they get even potential candidates. Now, in this coalition that has been formed, there are people there with all kinds of ambitions. Some want to be governors, some want to be House of Rep members, some want to do Senate. No, all kinds of ambitions. These people will vote for, they have delegates under them, definitely. These people will give their delegates to the presidential candidates that they know they can use his influence to win elections. It is normal. This is just one part of the cake. Why there are other delegates that don't go with anybody? No, you have to factor all these things when you're talking about give this person a ticket. Now you are saying give this person a ticket. Let me take a Peter Obi, for example. If you're in the southeast and Peter Obi is the presidential candidate, you don't even need to campaign. You know you win. You will win. If you're either his House of Rep, you will win. So someone that's in the southeast that wants to vote for as a delegate in the ADC, we definitely want Peter Obi to be this thing. We definitely want to summon other delegates to vote for Peter Obi in the primaries. This is how these things work. So you cannot blackmail these people out of their ambitions. They will do the best thing they need to do to win. So let us not come and make it look as if, it's just about money. This is not about money all the time. Let me take you back a bit. Buhari in 2015, his wave was so strong. It was so strong that most people voted candidates they did not even know about. I'll give you an example. In Bauchi State, the governor of Bauchi State that won with the Buhari wave was Muhammad Abubakar. That guy is not from Bauchi State. That guy is from Kogi State. Bauchi indigenous never knew about this. But they just voted because of Buhari's party. After the election, they were like, wait, where is this guy from? That's why they discovered the man's an Iberian man from Kogi State. That's why the man did one time. They removed him when he came back again and put in there someone from the state. That is what a politician is really looking out for. If he wants to give you his delegates, what exactly can you do for him? How can you assist his ambition? It's not about money all the time. So let us die this talk of, it's just about money every time. Atiku was able to beat Peter Obi. With a wiki in the primaries in 2022, sorry. Because some of the Northerners knew that, there will be somehow an Atiku wave in the North they can work with. Not because he has spent wiki. Nobody could have spent wiki in their primaries. So please let us go and mobilize. Go and start mobilizing. Look for your areas of strength. Look for people you can talk to. No, Peter Obi has people that are following him. Start talking to them. No, start mobilizing delegates. As I speak to you, politicians that are defected to the ADC today are started registering members with their own money. Because then they're going to need them. They're going to start sponsoring delegate elections. But you just come online and start making it look as if it's all about money, as in the delegates get paid money to go and start mobilizing. Work's not going to be done online. It's going to be done offline. So that's what I have to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for your wonderful submission. I want to make it very clear. I'm not here to tell you that if you give Peter Obi the ticket that he will win, because sometimes people always misquote me, right? I am not in support of Peter Obi, neither am I in support of Atiku Abubakar of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If I do my polling and I'll tell you who I think, from based on the what I've gathered, who will win, you might be disappointed. Just bear that in mind. Today, I'm speaking based on what Datti Baba Ahmed said. So tomorrow, if I speak against Datti Baba Ahmed, you might call me somebody who have eaten corn or somebody who has been paid by Atiku Abubakar. So I'm very happy for you guys to call me such, right? But looking at it from a political angle, I'm very pleased with what he did, and I love the fact that Mr. Feelgood feels that if Datti Baba Ahmed, sorry, if Peter Obi manage to get that ticket, he will support him. That's what is needed, right? Roy, on the other hand, he said he's an obedient. He's not 100% sure if Atiku Abubakar gets it, he will support. It's his politics, so it's left for Mr. Feelgood to convince Roy, and we'll see where we go from here. Politics is a game of interest. People feel uncomfortable when they hear that word, a game of interest. That's what it is. It's not junior opinion. It's not a playing field, right? It's not a joke. If you really want to get involved in politics, you need to know how to play the game. It is a game. Okay. Unfortunately, we are not able to bring others up. I would have loved to have others contribute, but I'm not able to do so because we don't have any more anybody to help us to co-host. But let me quickly read out some of the things the individuals are saying on the comment section. Roy, you raised your hand. Governor, you raised your hand. What is it regarding, sir?
God bless you, sir. Just give me 90 seconds. I believe my broader mindsets as a Democrat and dissenting opinions on this Datti Baba Ahmed. And I agree with Datti Baba Ahmed 99%. And the only 1% I disagree with him is politics is not, like you rightfully said, is not based on morality and emotions and sentiments. So yes, if it's by sentiment, I don't support him. But if it's by everything he said, I stand 100% with it. And why I want people to remember is what Datti Baba Ahmed said is Nigerians, some might not remember the genesis of ADC. And that was what Datti was trying to say. In 2018, and I've put the evidence because people always ask for evidence. And I'll tell you what happened in ADC also in 2020.
You don't have the 1 minute, 1 minute. You see, this is the thing. It would appear 1 minute. It would appear I don't want to give you the mic because I don't know how to address this thing. You always do this thing, and it's become a pattern. You will say, "Give me 1 minute. I want to respond to something." And when that minute has been accorded to you, you will not go into telling us other things. And then, if one interject, it would appear we don't allow Governor Abe to speak. If you know it's not going to be 1 minute, please. I'm very time conscious, right? I don't want to listen to that story because I'm about to end the spaces, sir. Thank you very much. If you want to respond to what that he said in a minute, please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. A mindset. And that's what I'm trying to respond to because it's about Datti Mohammed. So I'm not even moving anything because Datti is criticizing Obi joining ADC. And like I always tell people, you need to know the past for you to predict the future. And that's why I said 20. That's why I said 1 minute, 30 seconds. And I didn't even speak up to 30 seconds before you muted me. But that's fine. So 2018, ADC. Obasanjo sponsored ADC. Oyinola was a witness. It was dollarization during the primaries. 2023, this same present person causing havoc in ADC against Peter Obi, Dumebi Kachugu. I hosted him with Dr. Pebango and Mogalu. Mogalu accused him live, and I have the audio. Godfather was there, Beautiful Flower was there. They were co-hosts. Mogalo accused Dumebi Kachuku that you collected money from a presidential candidate from another party to dollarize it during their primaries, and Mogalo lost out on the primary. Mogalo was the one that reached out to me and said I should host the space, and they came and they battled it. So this goes to what Priscilla, my sister in the audience, says. This primary will be dollarized in ADC. It's a fact, and that is why Datti is preempting it already. You people that are going into this coalition, politics is money. You pay lobbyists. In fact, there's lobbyists in every country, even in America and UK. They have lobbyists. They have foreign agent tax. They have everything. So And I know Peter Obi is not a money politician that use money to bribe. So he's not. Everybody knows that he's a man of principle and integrity. So what that he said is true. If you are going to sleep with the devil, then we get ready to eat with the devil with a long spoon. So I agree with Datti. And I said the only reason why I disagree with him on 1% is in politics, there's throw away your sentiment, throw away your morality, and throw away your emotions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It looks like I've won the jackpot. Governor Abe kept your time. That's quite interesting. You're very interesting human being. I look forward to having you more on this platform. As much as a lot of people disagree that we shouldn't be coming up, but no, every time you're here, I will give you the opportunity to speak. We are struggling. So, and I mean, the numbers are coming down as well. So it appears that we've run out of speakers because people don't want to continue to listen to the same thing that we've said. Roy, you raised your hand, sir. What is it regarding?
Just because you said I said I will not support an Atiku ticket, that's not what I said, sir. I said I will look at whoever, if Peter Obi doesn't get it and somebody else gets it. I didn't call Atiku. I will look at it critically before making up my mind. I did support Atiku in 2019, at least from afar. He was my favorite candidate and he didn't get it. So if he gets it now, I'm concerned that he's not who he was before. That's my opinion. But if he becomes a front runner and is recommended by Peter Obi, if the coalition will work the way it works in the UK, where you don't have to be the president to make changes, and it's about Nigeria. I just put up a post. If the coalition will work for Nigeria, no matter who is at the head, I will look at it critically. I will look at it blindly with Obi because I already know him. I work with him and I'll be obedient. So of course he's my favorite. But if he's not the person leading the coalition, whoever comes up outside of him, I will not go blind. I will look at it critically. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Roy. Please let me start by apologizing for misquoting you. I do. Please, I hope you find it in your heart to forgive me. But the thing is, Roy, now what has changed? You supported this man in 2019. Now, if you gave him all, right? You supported him. So what has changed between that 2019 to 2025? If what have changed in terms of you not supporting Atiku Abubakar? If I know you say you would think about it, but it would have been a very easy thing because Peter Obi did not get the ticket. Atiku Abubakar got the ticket. I supported him in 2019. I'm still going to support him. What's changed?
Very, very good question, mindset. But you see, who was on that ticket with Atiku? The same person I'm supporting in 2023. I supported in 2023. I'm going to support in 2027. That was the person that drove me there. That's the same person I'm moving with. Meanwhile, we're human beings, time and chance. Atiku in 2019 is not the same Atiku today. My favorite candidate, because I saw Atiku in 2019 was was playing it differently than what he did now. I mean, what anybody else is doing now. What's that? Allowing people to bring opinions, listening to people. That's the kind of leader he was going to be. And like I said, he had a running mate that I believed in. That same person is a person I've followed. That's why I call myself obedient. From 2019, that's the first time I've been involved in Nigerian politics. That time, from afar, when Obi came out to be the front runner for Labour Party, I came all out myself. So I'm consistent in what I'm saying. That's why,
All right.
if it's not Obi, I'll look at it critically. Thank you.
All right. So in 2019, one of the reasons you supported Atiku Abubakar is because of Mr. Peter Obi. Is that what the case is?
100%.
Oh, okay. I think it's much easier for us to understand that it's because Peter Obi. Okay, that's fine. Quite a number of individuals are asking for them to be brought up to be part of the conversation. So since we don't have any more speakers, let me quickly read out some of the things that's going on in the comment section. I can't pronounce your name, sir, but it CZCH says, it is the turn of the South. Either the primary is dollarless, or we will support Tinubu in completing his 8 years. That is from, I'm not sure if it's a Mr. or Miss. That's his thing. Priscilla is saying, mindset bring me up. Priscilla, I'm not sure what happened. You've been on the platform twice this morning and you keep dropping. And our very good friend, Mr. the Governor, the incoming governor, as always, have posted something that he wants us to read. It has to do with Obasanjo adopting ADC. And who else? Grey Venom says, please make me the co-host. I have my contribution and I can bring people up. Grey Venom, I'll be very happy for you to come up and help me to co-host, please. That would be very, very helpful. And you've done it before. Thank you. So Joe the Reaper says, the way primaries are done in Nigeria, in Nigerian political parties is problematic. ADC has the opportunity to revolutionize the primaries. They should pioneer direct primaries where all members of the party will have the opportunity to vote. Online registration is currently going on. Thank you very much, Joe, for that. And something from Priscilla, I'm not sure who's making reference to. Then we have Lucius Babes said, obedient and not scared. We just know that Nigerian method of primaries aren't always fair. I like that point. Obedient and not scared. Thank you. The word scared shouldn't be part of it. You know, concerned is what should be the right one. So I really appreciate you for putting that out there. Chief Ray, I believe that's your name. Say, I think Mr. Feelgood and all these guys need to realize there is more cake to share. The primaries need to be devoid of financial influence. Thank you very much, sir. And let's see if there's any other thing that's piqued our interest for us to read. Mr.
Mindset, can I ask you a question?
You see, guys, this is my problem with the governor. When I'm doing something and he does this is not fair, sir. So please now, I've begged you several times and I continue to beg you. You've been on the platform, you have contributed. Those who did not have the opportunity to contribute, I'm actually reading out what they are saying there, and you're interjecting. And you'll be one of the individuals who say, mindset, don't give people opportunity. He's always leading. But wow, gosh. Okay. Let's go back to what I'm reading if I'm able to connect back. Thank you. Where was I again? I mean, you're saying bring me up. Let's see, who else do we have? Please, those who are not able to contribute, I'm just trying to read out what you guys are saying on the comment section. Okay, Lucius Babes, any correlation without OB is as the head. So any correlation without OB as the head is doomed to fail. PO or nothing. And we have a lady who's advertising her Igbo language here. So first Opani saying that Tinubu has ever won the presidential election of 2023 is insincerity. It is no longer the game of number, but of thuggery and electoral violence. Thank you very much, sir. And okay. Moon said there is no OB on the ticket, then let Tinubu be there. Thank you, sir, for your comments. And Brennan, oh, wow, beautiful name, but I cannot pronounce it. Okay, so article people go to talk about selling candidate. If you don't know Obi is the best candidate to unseat Tinubu and APC, you're either an APC supporter, dishonored, or DAFT. Thank you, sir, but the last word, I don't think we needed it. So Kayo Debale make reference, I think he's making reference to what I said earlier on. He said, but he lost his local government. I think he's making reference to when I spoke about Datti Baba Ahmed. So I live by grace. Say, if I may ask this, Tinubu that obedience articles and RFI guys are talking about must be one that has been ruling this country from inception. Mindset, can you please put a data by data? Let us check all the past presidents, how they were during the 2 years in office. I'm very happy to do that. Who's going to pay for it? Are you going to pay for it? I'm very happy to put a data on it, but somebody has to pay for it. It's not going to be free, right? Okay, so there's quite a number of other comments out there which I'm trying to read out. ADC member, she said, I have something important to say. Please, Omar, can you request it for the mic and would accord you the opportunity to speak? Mr. Igwen Naya said, boo boo, I hope he's making reference to Buhari, said, Buhari ruled with his old age and busy flexing in hospital abroad while his like minds and cabal ran Nigeria for 8 years. Bulaba, I think he's making reference to Tinubu, is doing the same. Atiku and his team are selling to us the same cabal, taking advantage of the necessity of old presidents sharing and milking our commonwealth. Thank you very much for your comments. And Frankie said, well meaning Nigerians never be afraid to try something new. Remember, amateurs build the ark, but the professional build the Titanic. Let's join hands to bring down the APC. Okay, that's quite interesting. The Mark 75 said, we fought parties with established structures, and the result of the election proved our worth. Considering that we don't do it alone, that we can't do it alone this time, given the circumstances, hence in coalition, let no party undermine our capability or value or take us or our interest for granted. I think he's an obedient. Thank you, sir, for your comment. This name, beautiful name, but I'm not able to pronounce it. But it says, feel good. I love your submission and I agree with you. But the best way for the coalition to go about it is for them to present Peter Obi as a presidential candidate. This is because Peter Obi can still win in 2027 without any coalition. Once they make a mistake, I am out. Okay. All right. Let's see if we have any other person. Enough of me reading things out. I think that's getting a bit boring for quite a number of individuals. So let's, guys, I think we have come to the end of this spaces this afternoon, and we'll come back some other time. A big thank you to my co-host who helped us out earlier on, Samper 5, who's no longer on the platform, and all the speaker, Roy, Governor Phil Goodness, Manga.
La la la